All right, guys, we're gonna get straight into it. Shout out to Laura, she's in the building. I'm going to not do my long-winded talk conversation. I'm gonna sit here, eat my cookie, while you actually before you go. Let me grab. I think I need my water. I'm gonna grab the whole pitcher of water to make sure I'm fully prepared. So you got the floor. Go for it.
Okay, Dennis. Let me say, I'm so disappointed in you. I get where you're going with your channel, and I respect it. Let me tell you something. If there's anybody who knows you, is me. I know you have an agenda behind everything, and so I normally sit back and I respect it, and I allow things. Even when people send shots at me, I allow it because I'm like, this Dennis channel. Dennis is confrontational. This is what Dennis does. He create magic, and he sits back and he watch people go at it. But my whole thing was, this woman has disrespected me so many times. The first time she disrespected me, I did nothing to her. You defended her. That woman called me aggressive when I was simply stating my opinion. Every time I state my opinion, she comes with some stereotypic stuff towards me. So when I say those things about her, I say them because she started it. And this is my whole issue is when the guy, I think his name was Eli, when he was coming for her, I felt the things that he was saying. I agree with a lot of things that he said. When he started coming for her family, I had an issue with that.
Sure.
One, I'm a woman. Whether I like her or not, I'm going to stand on the side of right. So even if I didn't like her, I was going to stand up for her. That's
Okay.
why you see my comments change like, oh, no, come on now, you're doing too much. But when I got on her and she booted me, when I said white Candace Owens, she's not black. So I referenced her to being Candace Owens because she's controversial.
Okay.
That wasn't a dig. I That's not a dig. I talk about Candace Owens all the time, and you hear me talk highly of her. And I always say positive things about Candace Owens and negative things. This is my thing, Dennis. I said to you guys, I said y'all was attacking that young brother. When I said y'all was attacking him, she booted me.
Which young
That's
brother?
the issue. Craig.
Okay, I'm taking notes here. Go for it.
Craig wanted to ask me a question. Craig asked me the question because you said he couldn't point the question at Christina. I answered the question. She didn't like the fact that I answered the question.
What was the
And
question? You remember?
the question was, would my husband be okay with me being on the stream with men all day?
YouTube.
YouTube, stream, YouTube, whatever. Same thing.
No, no, it ain't context because YouTube you don't get paid if you're on another person's channel for 8 hours. But if you're at work working with somebody for 8 hours, you get
But
paid.
you're paying her though. We know you're
No,
paying her.
no, I'm not paying her.
You give her super chats.
No, no,
That's
but you gotta remember, there's out of the past year and a half of her moderating my chat, she's only got super chat money from me for 2 months. The 2 months, which was 2 months ago, and then like the month before that. Other than that, she's never got a dollar from me ever. Other than a few times she helped me out and I helped her out. Other than that, I've never paid her. She's
yeah,
doing it.
that don't make me no mind. But this was the thing. I felt like you was treating that young brother unfair. I felt like you was treating everyone unfair. My whole thing was she kept saying I attacked her the whole time. After she booted me, then I came for the jugular because now you're gonna feel my wrath. And for you to sit here and say, "Oh, Lord, that's nasty work," Dennis, when you have to sit on the live and speak for me?
What means when I'm sitting live and speak?
When have you ever been in the show with me and people was coming at me and you had to sit here and speak for me or be my voice?
Okay, so that would actually refer to the first point that you just made with you saying that she called you aggressive. She called you aggressive, right?
Mhm. She called me
Um,
aggressive.
right away when she said that, I literally said, "Now, Christina, that's nasty work because black women when they speak out and they speak their mind, they're called aggressive, and I get it the same way because I'm talking in normal voice, but I gotta like kind of hype it up like Stephen A. Smith. They call us aggressive as black people. I literally said that right away, and I spoke up for you. So do you not remember that? I got the clip.
That was after I left and after our
No,
custody
it's right
battle.
away. I literally said it right away. That I was like, no,
Okay,
no,
I
no.
didn't hear. Okay, I didn't hear you say that right away. But this
I
is
defend wrong, and I literally defended you at that point because she
okay.
called you aggressive. Because Laura, you got to remember, like sometimes we do, because what aggressive would mean for her, what she meant by, because we talked after behind the scenes about why that was wrong. It was because you, when you stop, like you stop the conversation by going in, like you don't let people talk. Sometimes you literally
I did let her, Dennis.
dominate.
I let her talk. You came back and you said to me, you was like, Dennis, no, you was like, let her talk. I said, all right, cool. I let her talk. Vivaz let her talk. And I said, okay, now it's my turn. Now I'm going to defend myself. And I defended myself.
Okay.
This is my issue, Dennis. When you and we bringing up the stepdaughter thing, I didn't bring that up. You was like, oh yeah, Laura get like this, and she brought up my stepdaughter. And for me, I was confused because I think your stepdaughter's named Kalina or something like that.
No, today, come on, let me add the context. You're not proper context right now. The context of it was, I felt like you left a comment that said, pretty much saying that I did this last time, to where I was Christina, and somebody just in the chat, can y'all just give Coach Teddy I don't know, Laura, if I made you a moderator, but if y'all can make I should have give him a hour timeout or half an hour timeout. But what I said was, because you mentioned that I'm always caping or something, and that's what I did last time.
I never mentioned any of that situation.
You didn't mention her name, but you said the last time we fell out.
Even when we fell out, Dennis, I didn't go behind your back and talk to nobody. I never ran to Facebook. I never ran to YouTube. When you decided to branch out, and when I seen what you were doing, and people came to me and said you made a video about me, I didn't want to respond with negativity, even though people told me to.
Wait. What video did I make about you? I didn't talk about you.
I don't know. Someone said you did a YouTube.
I made a video. And this is probably recently. I didn't make no videos about. And here's the thing. This is what I said. I literally made this channel to talk about that podcast because I was so bitter and angry that we ended on y'all justifying her being shot.
No. We ended it. We ended it because you chose to end it. We didn't end it because of that.
Respect. I'm not going to show no more comments. I got to focus on the conversation, guys. I ended it because, Laura, you got to understand. Let's keep it. You can be completely open. I don't care. Nothing's off the table. Straight up. This is why we fell out.
I'm not going to do you like that because some of that stuff was very messy.
No, you can say it. I don't care. Like, the situation was, okay, we were doing a podcast together, and I wanted Laura to be professional more so in regards to having like a, what I call professional. I wanted you to have notes in advance. I want to do a production meeting. No,
see, that's not what we're going to do. That's not why you left. And when it came to my podcast,
I'm going to lead up to it. Unless you, how about you tell me
because you're trying to disregard the work that I did.
Lord, listen real quick. You tell us why you feel like I left, and then let me tell you why but we're not going to keep cutting each other off because it's going to get nowhere. So you go first. If you want to tell why I left, go for it, and then I'll go.
Okay.
If anything I say is a lie, you can tell me.
You be trying to lead with some stuff that be imaginary.
What do you want me to start it at then? Or you got to go.
Me and Dennis have always been cool. So we started reaching back out via Facebook. I seen his content. I said, you know what, Dennis, you do real good on the podcast.
That ain't the truth. So you got to let me tell the truth on that first.
Dennis, I got the messages still.
No, let me tell you. That ain't how I talked about this on my channel with the whole Brandon thing. I talked about Craig. You can do your own live tomorrow, Craig. We're not doing the drama. We're trying to have a constructive conversation. So, Craig, tomorrow would be a constructive conversation with me and just you. So just relax, Craig. You're not coming on right now. I'm not letting nobody come up. What happened was I was writing about Trump and I was writing about right-wing topics on Facebook. I didn't even know who you were when you were first writing me because you changed your name. Lauren's your real name. Yeah. And I didn't know who you were. And you were cussing me out every other day because you hated that I was talking about black folks. It was me talking about ninjas on my Facebook page when everybody else.
Can of white paint.
Yeah, everybody else. But here's the thing, everybody else, let me just please the Lord, like, you don't even take me. I'm going to be longer than 1 minute because this is what I mean by. So everybody was cussing me out on my Facebook page because they said that I don't like black people when I literally put on for my city with the parties and all the stuff, opportunities I gave to black folks. So I was talking about ninjas. She came on my comments, every single comment just bashing me about, I think I'm white, I think I'm this, I'm that. And then me and her, before I knew who you were, you put in the inbox, you're like, hey, this is me. We used to go to school together. Remember, I got a motorcycle accident. So I don't remember anybody. That's why I don't remember Brandon all like that. So you say we got a motorcycle accident. When you gave me your number, and we talked. First, we talked on live stream. We did a debate 1-on-1 on your Facebook live stream. That went good. Then after that, we talked behind the scenes, and that's when you rekindled and you told me, okay, this is how you used to be. This is how you used to be. I'm like, oh, for real, I used to be like this in elementary school and like this. Then like a week later, you're like, hey, I want to do a podcast. How about we do the podcast? And then you wanted me to come to Charlotte for the first show or first podcast in person, and I came and did the show. So that's how we got connected.
We talked about the idea. I still have the messages. That motorcycle accident must still be affecting your head. We talked about the idea of me doing a podcast. I said to you, Dennis, I was like, yo, you talented. We should really do this. You was like, listen, you go ahead, do the back work of it. I'll come in. I don't want to put my name on it because I was like a Laura D.
Where did I lie so far though? Like you saying I've got it wrong. Where did I get it wrong?
I didn't approach you about this. You saying I had just had the podcast already. The podcast was supposed to be.
See, Laura, you're not listening. I never said that. I said that we did a live together on Facebook. Then after we did live on Facebook, okay, that's when me and you started rekindling the past, how I used to be in high school, elementary school and all that. And then that's when like a week later you reached out and said, hey, I think that we should do this podcast because I wanted to do it anyway. And you wanted me to do it.
We had been talking about it for almost a year and I didn't do anything about it. And the reason why I started the podcast was because my cousin Robert died. You remember when Robert Span died? And I said, you know what, Dennis, this is the time now because my cousin wanted to be a part of it because my cousin was the first person who said, Dennis would be good for this. Robert was like, Dennis is always on the mark. Dennis would be good for this. I was like, okay, cool. And I started talking around with other people and it's like, nah, this person, remember I told you, I was like, yeah, they told me not to work with you. And you ran it down. You was like, nah, I had a club with this person and he played me and he bad work. And you was just telling me about him. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna rock with you anyways. I'm gonna give you a chance because I don't really care about what no one else has to say. I rocked out with you. When we fell out about, oh girl, you were mad at me because I said to you,
wait. I'm sorry, not to see the reason why I'm doing this because this is what I mean why we can't. This is why I want to do it tomorrow because it would be more. You jumping. So pretty much you're saying that you.
So let me go take by take. I don't want to go and tell the whole story how we got started, how we started a podcast, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I told the story though, so I want to make sure we understand.
We did the podcast.
Okay,
we were doing good when we first started off. We was doing numbers. But my thing was I can go back. I got the old views. See, Dennis, that's what I don't like. Where you try to discredit me.
No. I'm not talking about not doing the numbers. I'm talking about it was different at first because we were a new channel.
Can I speak?
Go for it. You got it. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off. Go for it.
But that's my thing. And that's why I was told not to work with you because people were saying, oh, he'll try to take credit for everything that he touches. You'll put your name on it and he'll say the only reason why it's popping is because of me. That's why I was told not to deal with you. I still was like, nah, I'm gonna work with Dennis because I believe in Dennis and Dennis onto something. Even though people think he cuckoo, he onto something. So fast forward, we were doing the show. I slowed down doing my show because my co-host, my brother-in-law, died. So I wasn't really in the mood to do the show. But before my co-host died, which was my brother-in-law, we had an episode where Dennis was talking to some girl. I don't remember her name, but I met I met her a few times via video chat. And when he would tell me stories about her, I would be concerned. And it was just Dennis' dating history has always been a little And when I tell him about people, it's always the last minute. He'd be like, oh, you was right about her. And so I'm always on guard because that's my friend and he's gullible sometimes when it comes to the girls. And he has a very particular type, light-skinned, skinny, young. So I said, Dennis, just be careful. He was like, she hasn't really asked me for nothing. Her parents making sure I'm taken care of. They about to fly me out to Mykonos. I don't know.
No, I didn't say fly me out. What I said was like, if I pay for this flight, I've never been out the country and they're down to put me up because of the looking out that I did with the grandmother, with the mom and all. I mean, with the grandmother and with her and her sister. You know, she had an older sister too. That me and her I used to joke with the older sister. I used to be like, what's up? Like to her older sister. But I would never step over there because once again, like
I didn't know nothing about the older sister.
Yeah, the older sister lived there.
You called me and you said, oh my God, this girl has been shot. I said, she been shot. I said, Dennis, where was she at and what was she doing? you was like, oh, she was at a party, and then the person that she was with tried to steal the car or something and shot her, and something about the keys. And because I'm not even gonna act like I remember the jest about it. So I'm like, Dennis, I don't know. That don't sound right, Dennis. That sound like she was beefing with somebody, or she was with somebody else, and the other dude was beefing over her. That's what it sounds like to me.
She said
And
on
you
the
was like, yes. And you was like, no, somebody shot her because of they wanted the car keys or something. And I said, Dennis, that don't sound right. It just don't sound right. The way she's saying that she got shot, and then what happened at the hospital, and then you telling me the story that she gave at the hospital. And I'm just like, Dennis, well, why is it changing like that? And so I told the crew about it because you were mad that I said it sounded funny. So you was like, okay, well, let's bring it to the crew. I was like, all right, cool. You think I'm wrong? Let's call everybody up. Now, the things that other people said at their mouth, I don't control. When I'm not gonna say his name, but when he said, I don't know, you told me he said she's a N-word lover.
No, that I'm mad. I'm mad that like she pretty much I'm mad because the dude that shot her was or got one of the people that she happened to get shot was a dude that was at her who I told her to stay away from, and he tried to make
yes, and that's why I was upset.
Because I'm mad that she's an N-word lover.
After because you told us, because you told us you had issues with that dude before. And it was the same dude. Remember, you said he was aggressive with her or something.
No, I told her that she's not to talk to him. Done.
But she was there with him. She was there with him. And for us, that didn't add up. For me, it didn't add up right.
She was never with him. She was just hanging with him because she was like the cool guy in school.
But still, Dennis, for me, it was like, nah, watch out for her because you don't know. You got so offended at me. I told you I can't control what comes out of everybody else's mouth. And I never even heard Shaka call her a nigger lover or whatever you said. She said.
Yeah, I can pull up the video. You want me to?
I mean, I said I don't remember. I didn't hear it.
Oh. Okay.
But you told me that like recently, and I told you, I said, oh, dang. I said Shaka he's a shock factor. And you was like, I'm not cool with that though. I was like, yeah, okay, I can feel that. Because he's kind of like you. He says things.
No, not like me. I'm professional.
Dennis, at that point, you were saying outrageous stuff on the show.
I was off that. Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, I was saying stuff about black folks that were killing each other.
You were saying stuff about women and stuff. Even when my cousin, the pastor, was on there, you faked and act like you was understanding what she was saying and you was gonna be a changed man.
Then because Brandon wrote me that email and told me that I had to like conform to what y'all wanted at the time.
I pull up the email.
Ask Brandon. Ask Brandon if he didn't have a conversation.
If Brandon sent you that, Brandon sent that on his own accord. I didn't never tell.
No, y'all told me I'm not allowed to talk about women no more. I
said don't be disrespectful because you be like you used to go there like how Shaka's mouth was. Your mouth was like that. I said because she's a pastor, just watch your tone. That was it.
Okay,
but for us to fall out about that,
yeah,
I was mad because you always defend it. It don't matter if you met a chick 5 minutes ago. It was just like how the situation with the basketball court. You blew me off for that girl when we were supposed to be working, and I'm like, all right, cool. It's like you always
wait. What basketball court?
Remember, it's the same thing. I don't know if this was that girlfriend, but remember some girl that you met wanted you to come to her basketball game, and you end up going to the game. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. I still didn't
talking about that. No, you're talking about probably because like there would be no game that would be that late. What it was her grandmother.
Shooting that late. Then.
Her grandmother. I was driving rideshare, Uber and Lyft. Her grandmother wanted me to drive her to the to the Washington D.C. airport, and I did that because she was going to pay me. Pretty much, she was looking out with her dad. She told her dad, "I'm an Uber driver, so like pay Dennis instead of paying a random guy, and we don't trust. And plus, I can't get back, so why don't you pay Dennis?" So they paid me for a round trip, whatever, and it was like $550 they gave me with $100.
Then you came back. It was like, oh, it was a basketball game, and this and this and that, and I was like, all right, cool, and I let that go. And then after that, like you left, but then I never beefed with you. I never spoke bad about you. And then you went and created this channel, but I had already been trying to get you to create your own channel. You was like, nah, I ain't really feeling it.
Lord, now we're jumping. You got to let me address that comment. Okay, so this is the full situation here. When y'all heard what Laura said, she just said what she said during that podcast. What I told them, because first story was about these teenagers that got shot at a party, house party, by the blacks. I'm gonna have to use the word for context. And I said that here we go again, Black Death happening, nobody cares. And then we were going to war about this black dude that was fighting a cop that got shot in the head. And I said that dude needs to stop being a thug. So then when we go into the people getting shot at the house party, I was so frustrated with that. So Laura knew I wanted to talk about about S who got shot, and that was going to be the next segment. So we get into that, and I tell the story that she was in front of a house party waiting for a friend who was inside of the party. He talked her into driving him there. She likes to drive. So he drove her to, or she drove him there in his car, and she was outside waiting. Because I told her straight up, I'm gonna be blunt with y'all. This is when I was being low key discriminating, or I was being prejudiced to black people. I said, don't go to nowhere that you're gonna see no party that more than 5 or 6 black people are at. And I'm talking about the hood black folks. I told her that, and sure enough, she didn't go in because of me giving her that advice. And the thug who at one point she was hanging with, because he was like, like, I'm not gonna say what was happening, but I told her stop talking to him because she's gonna end up ruining her future because of him being a thug, and she stopped talking to him. Done. And that was months prior to getting shot. What happened was there were some gang members inside of that house party, and the dude showed up to go to that house party, and he saw the house party, saw the people at the house party, and he decided to start shooting. They started shooting back. And she got look it up, Wilmington. Look it up.
It's on the video, but that was what you said though. Remember, you told us that we had a different story, and that's why we was beefing.
I'm gonna tell you the full story right now. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you what we found out after. That's on the news story. So the guys were shooting at each other, 2 gangs, and she got shot. And what happened was she saw the dude that was doing the shooting, who accidentally shot her, was the guy that she was just hanging with. So she was confused, thinking that he was like shooting at her, but in reality, he was shooting at the gang members. So when she pulled off to go to get out of the situation, her friend jumped in the car as she was going. She's panicking, like, oh my God, I got shot. And she stopped like up the street and called the 911. They come to pick her up, and she's in the ambulance, like, oh my God, I got shot. And I'm like, what the heck? So when I get to the hospital, because she knew that I would tell her to snitch, she told me a different story. She told me that like some guy that she knew like was shot at her. She don't know why, but now like her parents are coming to get her, and she's leaving town ASAP and blah blah blah. That was the story she told me. But then after things calmed down and she got out of Wilmington, she told me the truth. And I looked at the story, the police report, that they were shooting at each other, and she happened to get shot. And that's what I told Laura them, that she has nothing to do with it. We're in America, nobody deserves to get shot. And that's what happened. And it was literally at a house party. And you can look up the story, Wilmington. You see that it happened.
But you caused the beef with us. But that's the story that we got. What, 90 days later, like a week later, you told us a totally different story.
No, she got shot at a party.
You told me, no, I pulled up the video while we were sitting there. You said that it was the guy that she was with, and you told her not to be around. He was the one who shot her.
No, at the party.
At the party. But we never. When you start beefing with us, we never even got the story of a gang member shooting. You told us, particularly, it was the guy that she went to the party.
Go to show the video then. If you want to do that, let's show the video.
I don't want to do that, Dennis. That's not the thing.
No, Laura, let's do it.
Pause. I don't want to do you. I will show the video. I don't want to do you like that though. But I will show the video.
Just show it, because we gotta have context.
Okay. But I'm just saying, that's the story you told us.
I told her to snitch on the dude, but he went to the house party. She didn't invite him. She didn't know he was going to be there, and he shot at the party. That had nothing to do with her. And she got shot, and y'all was making it seem like it was the guy she was dating at the time. And that's the point.
No, that's what you told us.
And if you want to give me the timestamp, I can pull up the video if you want me to do it on my end. Because in America, you don't deserve to be shot. And then after, I want to add the context. The reason why me and you personally fell out, because you were texting me talking about I'm R. Kelly and this and that. And I was offended because, like, my thing is, me as a person, I'm not going to sexually exploit no woman. You
didn't even have to go there, because I never even said that to anyone. I never brought that up. No, I never said that.
Did you want to be honest or not?
But Dennis, I just want you, because I want you to know, you be getting mad at me, and I don't say these things. I never brought that up to no one. No one has ever approached you and said, I said those things about you. I guarantee you no one has, because it never left my lips to anyone else. Any argument that me and you had, we had with each other. And I
Lord,
never
you
went
said
on
you didn't
live
know.
or anyone else.
You said you thought that I rejected you and the friendship for her being young, light skinned, and skinny when there was no attraction. I was not trying to get at her at all. Allure, let's keep it a buck. Allure, I
Dennis,
said I felt
I'm not
like the
gonna do you
things
like
that she
that.
was doing. Allure, I said I felt like the things
I'm
she
not
was
even gonna do
doing.
you like that. But Dennis, I'm not, because I'm not that person. That's my thing. And how you let that, because I want to get into this real quick, how you let Christine try to tarnish my character. It's like, yeah, I figured that about her because when you told me this and that about her, R. Kelly's never left my lips to anyone else.
Allure,
No one else.
I'm telling them the context,
Literally,
the
R.
reason why
Kelly.
me and you
Hold on,
stop.
Dennis. Let me eat
Go
real
for it.
quick.
Go for it.
I never posted that in your videos. I never posted that in your comments. I never once degraded you like that. But you let that girl come on here and try to cook me. And you never once said, okay, Allure, me and her had some deep conversations and she may sit on some tea, and she has never once released that tea. What I said to you, and you said this was nasty, I said get a contract with that girl, because that girl, you don't want to believe it because you never believe me. But right now she's hot. You're making her feel herself. But the moment a better opportunity come along, is she's going to jump ship. I told you, but anything that you're doing with her in writing,
Okay,
because
okay,
that's the type of person.
Allure, this is why I
But
wanted to do
you
this.
try to eat me up, but you let her eat me up
No,
for
no,
saying
okay,
that.
Allure, tell like we were jumping. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. With Allure, if you want this live to be productive, we have to stick to a structure here, and you keep jumping all over the place. Like, what did
I'm not jumping. I'm addressing.
are we moving past the
I'm
friendship? Like,
addressing my grievances.
I'm saying, are we
I'm
going to
addressing,
jump
and
from the
you've
friendship? Are
been
we done with
jumping too,
that?
Dennis.
No,
You've
I'm
been
saying,
jumping too.
no, I'm literally sticking. Like you first said, like you said that she called you aggressive, and I wrote it down. I tried to get in regards to that conversation. Okay, that I checked her for that. It said no, she's just a black woman, and you're calling her aggressive because of how she's being, proceeding. Then you went into you agree with the Eli comments, and that but you didn't agree with the comment about her showing her face. And once again, I told her keep it a buck. I said that what Eli said is like manosphere talk. For the most part, most of it is right compared to if you compare most women. Most of those conversations that you have is absolutely right when it comes to women, putting babies on men, and like gaining weight and not looking attractive, which is why a lot of men leave relationships. Like I said, a lot of that stuff is right. So if we do this in the way that you're gonna get angry,
I'm sorry. I'm looking to pull up. I'm looking to pull up this video. I have more than 300 videos on here. I had it pulled up earlier, but when I got back in his comment section, I lost the video. I'm trying to pull it back up.
Okay, because ultimately, I like having context to everything, and we're wasting time by just jumping all over the
We're not
place.
wasting time.
I want people to know the context of why we're even having this conversation, because I don't think
okay.
it's pointless.
So the context, so the context of this conversation was for me to state my grievances about that live and being kicked out of that live. And when you attack me, you basically just try to say I wasn't a good friend, and I try to expose you when I didn't. You said
2 years ago, I didn't know you were a bad friend. Just
yes,
you got to stop putting.
You Dennis, you was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Rather texting me, and it was like I never even brought up any of that. I was saying stuff about her, and then you brought up, see, yeah, because that's what when she gets mad, she said she sent a message about my stepdaughter, and I was confused. And I said, stepdaughter, I never once said anything about your stepdaughter. Only thing I've ever done is support you about your stepdaughter. And then it started clicking. He's talking about that little girl. That's what. Oh, he talking about her. I ain't never bring nothing up. That was you bringing that up, and you trying to make it out like I was a bad friend.
You don't think that's disrespectful to call a little girl?
I'm an old ass woman. That is a little ass girl.
Okay, but Lord, like you gotta understand.
I called her a little girl then.
You're insinuating little girl is to make it look nasty work on my end.
No, Dennis. Have I not always addressed that girl as a little girl?
No, what
in the live I did.
Okay, the context of what I want you to understand is this, guys. Most people would think that she is using me and trying to get over on me, which is what I used to talk to Laura about. I'm like, Laura, do you think she likes me and she's trying to do all this stuff? Because it ain't that. Like, it's literally just genuine, like she's like a daughter figure to me. There was never, I'm about to be with her forever and this and that. I never had those conversations because I found out her age. I thought she was older than what she was. When I found out she was a different age, which you remember, Laura, I found out she was her real age.
When you
instead of cutting her off.
When you introduced me to that girl, you told me she was a different age. And then when I found out she wasn't even that age, I told you immediately. I said, no, she lied to you. You told me she lied to you about her age.
Yeah, at first.
When I was talking to that girl on the phone, I thought she was like 20 something. And then you told me, you was like, oh no, man, I had to stop hanging with her because I found out that girl's like 17 or 16 or something like that.
Oh no, I never said that. She was 18.
Dennis.
Hold on. Screenshot that text and show me the text that said
I will.
That. Okay.
Well, hopefully I still got it in this phone. But you said that to me, Dennis. That's on my Dennis. You said that to me. I said, Dennis, right then and there. I said, Dennis, leave her alone. You explained to me why she lied. I said, Dennis, that's not okay.
But I told you why I continued the communication, and I told you never a relationship. When she first, Laura, when I first started talking to her, I thought she was a different age. Okay, she lied about her age, and then after let's say a month or so, I realized her real age. I realized her real life. And because you remember at the time, she told me that she got emancipated with her parents to where she's been living on her own, which she's been living on her own in Wilmington for 2 years, had her own apartment, had her own everything.
And that's why you thought she was grown.
I thought she was older, but it was never. But here's the thing, hold on, Laura, because these are some heavy accusations. She literally, no. I'm saying I got to address these because just you don't give me more than 30 seconds. Can I please have patience? I literally let you go. Okay.
Go ahead.
So when I found out, this is weeks after, okay, it was literally never anything of me trying to smash, nothing. She was positive energy, good energy. I felt she was too young to be messing with. And at the time, I had that booty call chick I was messing with. And I told you about that. No, she didn't have roaches. No, that's another chick. I'm talking about the chick with the heavy, like boobs.
Oh, yeah. Okay, her.
That's the only chick I had the whole time there. But me and Sabrina never went past friendship, and it turned into a daughter figure. I was more of her.
That's what you told me.
Let me finish this point real quick. So I found she was this age. So after a month or so, I found out her real age because she was on the phone talking to her parents, and then that's when it came out. And I'm like, bro, what the F? You've been lying this whole time. And then she was trying to go to a bar, and that's the second time. More so because at first she told me, oh, the parents they were just talking. But then I saw her ID for the first time. We were trying to go to a bar, and I saw her real age. Okay. We got in that bar, but I found her real age. And then at that point, I could have said, F you, I'm not doing this. Or I could have kept it the same way it was, which was a bond that we had because my son bonded with her. My son's family bonded with her. And she was literally the only positive person. I told her, Laura, this. She was the only positive person I had in Wilmington at the time. I had nobody else to talk to. And that was our relationship.
But also, you leaving out the situation what happened in the bar when you took her out and she left with that other dude. And I had told you from the get, leave that girl alone.
No, because I told her to do that.
And that was the same dude who was at the party where
she
got shot.
That wasn't. No, I didn't tell you that. That became her boyfriend. I told her to leave with him. That's the point. I was never sexually attracted. We were never ever that level.
You were upset that she left with that. That's before you found out she was a minor because she was able to get in the club and you was like, something suspect about this. And I told you, I said, trust your gut.
I told her to go with that guy. I was mad because I wanted her. I didn't want her to mess up her future. And I was mad that I found out she went with that dude that ended up shooting the party up.
I don't understand why this was a conversation considering I never even dragged it out.
Laura, it's a conversation because we're not making it seem like I'm doing something for women and I'm jeopardizing what we have over women. It's never been that.
Dennis, I never brought this up in the comments. I never did this. You did that. You dredged this up. We didn't need to have this conversation. I didn't want to have this conversation. This conversation to me is uncomfortable because it reminds me of a time when I was really beefing with you and I was really hurt because I thought we had bonded. And that's why I was saying, even this stuff with Christina, when you keep saying to me, oh, no, I don't care where you was at before. And now you over here. It's like, Dennis, hold on, wait a minute. First of all, when you came over here to do your channel, I wasn't on here at first because you told me you was like, we wasn't.
Hold on, Laura. This is the impression. This is the reason I'm first. Now you jump. You see the chat right now. We got to dead that conversation right now.
I don't like that. Don't tell me. See, this is my thing. You give Christina the platform to say whatever she want to say, and she could boot everybody out. Then you tell me,
Laura,
you tell me, Christina. When I just got kicked out, you said it was her.
She never had that. She ever had that was the first
stream, and then you just told me. Then you just told me this was going to be my stream.
Before that was the first time, but it's her stream. Yes. Allure, she's never had the power to do that. That was the first time.
I'm talking about today, though. This is my thing. Like, you don't like to face what I'm saying, so you want to try to control the narrative of the conversation. Okay. See, an unintelligent person would be like, oh, he just wants structure. No, he don't want everyone's mind like questioning. Huh? Is she right?
We're talking about accusations of me with underage women.
But that's not what this conversation was. Dennis, you took and made this about you. This was never supposed to be about you.
Just go ahead. I'm gonna just let you lead the show. Go ahead. Go ahead and get it out.
It's not about leading the show. See, then that's that narcissistic stuff.
It's not. Play that. A point. We can't wrap one thing you say.
Dennis, play that with somebody else, not me.
Laura, we're not wrapping up one topic. When we get into a topic,
I told you this was me wrapping up that topic. I said, Dennis, we didn't even need to dredge that up. I never even said anything remotely to why you're defending yourself in that comment section. So I said I'm uncomfortable talking about this.
Talking about why I left your podcast. And you were never going to have this YouTube channel because it wasn't about that. My channel, we're going to do a podcast on Saturdays. So don't make it seem like
this was not what it was supposed to be about when you told me I can come over here and view my grievances. It wasn't supposed to be about why you left. It wasn't supposed to be about this girl, a minor or 20-something-year-old, whoever. It was supposed to be how I felt disrespected about being booted out that show. We got into a whole different conversation. I entertained it because obviously you wanted to get something off your chest. And I didn't set you up to defend yourself against nobody. That's why I was saying to you, I don't want to talk about this because I don't want you to get off live later and then be mad at me like, oh my God, Laura made me defend myself about this.
They haven't done nothing to make me mad. Just what do you want to talk about? Let's start over.
I want to talk about your bias and your bias towards me.
So let's stay on this topic until we wrap it up. Go for it.
My whole thing is when you made comments, you said a lot of hurtful stuff and I don't like it. You said, wasn't nobody rocking with me when I started this channel. When you started this channel, Dennis, we weren't talking.
Yep.
Once we got to a point and I was like, I seen you was doing your thing and people was hating on you. And I said, you know what? That's still my boy. I don't give a freak what nobody say. Everybody like, oh, it's going to fail. I'm like, nope, let me congratulate him. When you had like only 2,000 followers, before you even had this large number, I reached out to you and I told you, congratulations, keep doing your thing. You said to me, we're still cool. If you want to do this, I still want to help you grow. I said, okay, Dennis, but I'm not sure about this YouTube thing because I'm not feeling it like that. I don't feel like I'm like you where I can grow my channel like that because I have anxiety sometimes talking about the tough things. You was like, no, you can do this. You got this, this, and this, and that. I said, okay, Dennis, thank you. I ain't talked to you for a little bit. I started watching your channel. I'll be there watching your channel. I just don't comment. And then for you to act like I just wanted to jump ship because you got a whole bunch of followers, it's like, Dennis, you see me in the comment section. You has, oh, this is my girl Laura from this channel. Laura, you can come on. I never once came on because I didn't want you to feel like, oh, I'm doing good. So now here she come. I didn't want to be that person because I'm not that person. That's why I never been like, hey, Dennis, can you shout out my YouTube channel? Hey, Dennis, can you put my YouTube channel in the comments? Because I'm not an opportunist. I said, if we're going to grow our friendship back, I want it to be organically. I didn't want it to involve this YouTube thing. I didn't want it to involve you sponsoring me or trying to grow my channel. I just wanted our friendship back. And then you start talking to me again, like, Laura, you know, some of these things that you're doing, I'm not really feeling that. You lecture me. So you told me, come on. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to come on because I wasn't really podcasting like that. Since Aaron died, I really don't really be in the mood to podcast like that because the whole dynamics is messed up. When you left, I really was hurt. So me podcasting, my co-host died. The person I was supposed to start the podcast with died. And then you left. I was in a mixture of, I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I started it and I have to finish it. So when I get on here, Dennis, and I'm today, not talking about the other days, me and this girl got into it. And I simply said to you, Dennis, let me on. I wasn't trying to get on for clout. I really wanted to get on because I felt like this dude, Eli, was saying so much stuff about this woman's weight, me being a plus size woman, or them talking about this woman not having a camera on, whether I like her or not. I felt like it was nasty business. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's rude for me to say she didn't have a backbone. I'm not sure because in our culture, for me to say that to someone that's not disrespectful, that's just how we talk. Maybe she took it as disrespectful. I said, you know, this girl don't have a backbone to stand up to him. put the champion, put somebody who can stand against this man in, because he's saying a bunch of stuff about women. And I'm not saying there's not a woman in here to back it up, but she wasn't saying anything. Like every time he said something to her, she's just not responding. It was just like, it was killing me. So I'm like, put me in. But when I came in, I can't be fake. I can't be like, I'm agree with everything she said just because I didn't like what he said to her. I'm going to be real. I'm going to give her feedback. I'm going to give whoever else feedback, because that's what this is about, being honest. I said to you guys that y'all was teaming up on Craig, which y'all were. I got booted. And I'm like, why did I get booted for that? Because y'all, the guy asked a legitimate question. And he said, okay, I can't ask it towards her, so let me ask it towards Allure. And I felt disrespected, because I feel like if anyone gives me any attention on that platform, it makes her feel some type of way. And she already said, I didn't like that she answered the question. And it's just like, sure, it's your show, it's about her, but you guys open it up for people to be in. I didn't want to try to say, oh girl, this and this and this and that. When I said white Candace Owens, because she, like I said, she's not Black, it was a compliment. I don't understand why that is a shot, because the girl is controversy. I said she had a bright future. I tried to encourage her. And then you guys sitting here is like, oh yeah, she's nasty work. Now the nigger in me about to come out. Excuse my language. Because now, would you say my Black side? Okay, because baby, I got professionalism, I got classy, and then I got hood bitch. And hood bitch came the fuck out, because you're not going to insult me. And then I'm going to be like, well, sure, you got that right. Nah, bitch. That's what you're going to get. And guess what? I'm Black, y'all. And I'm blacker than Black, and I'm Black. That's what my issue was. And my problem was, sorry, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't use that language. I apologize. My problem was the protection that this girl gets. Dennis, I have never once seen you stand up for me like that. Never. I don't need it. Don't get it twisted. I don't need it. Because the one time I was attacked by racists. I was attacked by all type of people in the comments. And I went toe to toe with each and every last one of them. And if they was in the comments now, baby, I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. But that's my thing. And what I was saying was, why have a platform and she can't handle going toe to toe with people? Even when they try to say she couldn't even have the platform to be a motivational speaker, I felt like in this current state that she in, no, she can't give certain advice, but yes, she can give her life story and tell her story, and maybe that would be an encouraging factor. I thought it was mean and nasty and cruel for someone to tell her not to have hope. I don't care for her, but if I'm such a nasty person, I'm just going to let people. I would have just let people just tear her down, Dennis. If I'm such a nasty person, I wouldn't even try to stand up for her. I don't know her. I don't owe her anything, but I have empathy for her, like I said, because I feel like she has a story that no one's heard or no one knows. I don't know her. So that's why I try to be reserved, because let me tell you, you know how I come. She ain't got smoke. She ain't got cooked. I didn't give her no energy that I would give anyone else. I didn't give her that energy. I gave her classiness and I gave her calming. I did not cuss her out. I didn't go in on her like I could have. Now in the comments, I did smoke her a little bit, but in the video, I ain't going in with her like that, because I know she's not the type of woman who can go toe to toe with me like that, because we're from two different backgrounds. We think differently, and she doesn't like controversy with women. I see her go toe to toe with these men, but when it comes to a woman, she don't want to face a woman. It's easier to face a man because you know a man can't hit you a certain way that a woman can. DJ, you can't say certain things to me that a woman can, because then it's going to be offensive and it's going to be rude.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. That's all I'm going to add. But I just don't want. I don't want that.
Okay, so
I said a lot, guys.
No, you did. I literally sat here and just listened. I listened to everything you said. I took notes here, and you talked for like 8 minutes. So give me like at least 3-4 minutes before you start cutting me off.
10 minutes. Go ahead.
Otherwise, I have to do a video tomorrow by myself.
Say your thing.
I want to do that. Here we go. First thing is this: half what you said, I respect and I approve, but the other half, you're literally gassing up juicing up this conversation. I don't know why, because let me make first thing clear. When you jumped on my channel, I was already at like 9,000 subscribers. It wasn't 2,000. We didn't communicate literally, because I know for a fact, because what happened was, Lord, the reason why I was trying to get a backstory, because Brandon kind of did the same thing. Okay. When I started my channel, it was in July. I stopped messing with y'all in like May, April, but I was so angry that I was trying to take moments and just write notes to Laura so that we can come back at me with rebuttals. But give me like 3-4 minutes. But I was trying to make a reaction video on my YouTube channel about how y'all treated me and how y'all treated this person that got shot. And I wasn't able to do the video because as much as I did it, I'm like, not to you, Laura, but I'm like, these people are losers and lame. Like these people literally make me look crazy that I wasn't even like a part of this conversation because of what?
I was giving you the dates because you said
what day was
it? This was December the 18th.
Yeah, I was already at 8,000 subscribers. I was at 8,000 subscribers in September because my two videos went viral and I was literally at 8,000 subscribers at the end of September. Just know I was already at 8,000 subscribers. But that doesn't matter. It's just the context. I got to add the context that my channel was already popping and it was actually a decline when we finally spoke again. But okay, that April, I was so angry and mad at y'all that I felt so disrespected that I was going to do reaction videos. And it took me about 2 weeks of trying to do reaction videos and burning through my phone memory to do them that I said, this is stupid. I'm not going to do, this way. I'm going to just talk about me. So I decided in July to start talking about me and make the channel about me. That's what made my channel jump because I started talking about how I was doing rideshare. I was struggling. I was depressed, which I was. Sabrina left. Freaking, I stopped messing with the chick with the heavies. I had nobody other than my son. And my son, I was going through it because his mom wouldn't let him stay with me instead of going to summer school. So there was a lot of messiness going on. And I was broke, grinding hard, but broke. So my channel started. So the reaching out while small, I'm sorry, that wasn't a thing. What happened was and what was the message? You can just interject in there. I'm pretty sure it was me reaching out to you talking about how either you were complimenting me on me posting a Facebook post about how my channel is great, or it was me reaching out like, hey, I did good with my channel. Maybe I can help you with y'all or yours. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was resentful.
When did you start your channel?
I started July of 2022. Yeah, 2022. July 2022. And I think I didn't talk to you until like the following year.
No, we was talking. Look.
You can show the phone number. I don't care.
No, I don't want to show your number. Somebody been in. That's
what was the message? I trust your work. I can just pull up on my phone.
This was me. You had reached out to me. This is via Facebook, and I was telling you. I said, "Oh, I'm making money on Facebook." You asked me, was like, "How you doing?" And I was like,
that's the point. I was trying to share the love.
Yes, but this is before. Well, you might have had your.
Like you reached out to me, but no, I was trying to get you on my channel because I was trying to get you subscribers. I felt bad because you weren't getting no numbers at that point, and I'm like, I got lucky and got these 2 viral videos that went big, and I was trying to help you out with your channel.
You had left me voice clips, and I was like, I was telling you how proud I was of you. So that's what I was saying about this. That's why I'm hurt that you trying to make it like you just took off, and then I'm like, I'm on there. That's hurtful.
Okay, but hold on. Let me just finish because, like I said, I've only been 3 minutes talking. So once again, I left. I didn't do my YouTube nothing to what you did with your channel. It was nothing about you. It was more so about my rideshare because YouTube and podcast are two different. My channel and the podcast is 2 different formats. So I didn't do what y'all was doing, which made my channel great. Now, what I want you to understand in regards to help. You got to understand that I had nobody in my life. I was depressed. That's the reason why my channel got great because I was straight up like, hey, I'm delivering cheeseburgers. I want to be better. Channel went great. So then the reason why I left the channel and I didn't come to Charlotte was because after I got bashed about Sabrina getting shot and I was so upset about it, Brandon wrote me a message talking about not getting a hotel room. And prior to that, he wrote me some messages talking about how I'm not allowed to talk about women no more, and that I went too far by missing that Saturday that we both know that you mixed the dates up, and that's the reason why I got blamed for that. When I showed up, Allure.
But I defended you, and I told you that wasn't okay, and you still.
Allure, can you do me this big favor? Can you just get your phone and just take a note, and then that way I won't cut you off. Just let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So he disrespected me, and he pretty much taking your side like you're gonna have a 2-week suspension, and so I'm like, fuck you! I don't even get paid for this live. for doing this podcast. And I literally show up every single podcast professional. I got on like work clothes. I try to look professional, clean. If I'm in my car, I try to make sure I'm fully seen. If I'm at my place, professional. With these other people, you got chick breast milk giving and doing like dude with a do-rag, not taking it serious, talking about F this and F that. And I'm taking it serious. So I was offended by Brandon reaching out, talking about I got a 2-week suspension because I missed this date, and that I'm condescending to Laura and this and that because I wanted to do pre meetings, prep shows, and this and that. So next thing that you said that teaming up with Craig, the reason why I took and she booted you was because you got to understand with Craig can't help himself sometimes. Okay, he knows. I told him tomorrow we can do a live one-on-one. But we got 9 people here, and he had to make it about attacking Christina, and he had to maneuver around me telling him to leave her out of it right now. Me and her, we can talk about it tomorrow. He maneuvered by telling the story or asking a question to you so you can attack her. And realistically, and you can write in your notes, because I want you to respond to this. There's difference between a woman being on a live for 8 hours on YouTube, not getting paid, and you working with men for 8 hours at a job getting paid. You know good and damn well your husband is not allowing you to be on a live for 8 hours that ain't even growing. That's chaos and messiness, and you're getting bashed on it, and he's getting bashed on it. He's not allowing you to do that for 8 hours every single day. But you can tell me if that's not the case, and I can reiterate these questions once again if you need me to, if you forget. Last one is, I didn't open the show for people to be on a panel. If you would have came on at the start, I don't know if you were or not, I literally said this was a live about Christina and Eli. And at the end of the live, the last half an hour or so, I'm going to bring people on that Eli approves, because that was the arrangement that I made. So when you were texting me, Brandon was texting me, and everybody was texting me trying to jump on, y'all was mad that I wouldn't let y'all jump on. It was because we didn't agree to that. Like Christina, it was her battle to fight, but I was her soldier trying to just do my thing. And guess what? It ain't happened that way. So that's the reason why I didn't let nobody come on, because I was trying to keep it respectful. Y'all would have came on and been attacking Eli. Y'all wouldn't have been constructive. And last thing actually is Eli, I actually agree. I told her I agree with most of his points. The way I used to be as a man. Now I moved past this. So now I would never tell a woman because she's freaking overweight, or freaking she's like don't cook or clean no more, or she's freaking like that's the reason why she left, or the husband should leave the relationship unless they agree to that. Just like I wouldn't tell her that she wants me because she's on my channel. So that's the reason why I was telling you. That's why I don't agree with the Eli situation. But the other stuff, I mean, I kind of do. But there you go.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of things that Eli said too. And if he wanted to be on, I'm not against that. But like I said, I didn't like the attack of her weight and stuff, because first of all, I've shared with you people trying to attack me about my weight, but it's different because me, I don't care. I've been had 7 kids. I've been skinny my whole life and popped out baby number 7 and got fat. But the difference is I know I can lose weight, and I know I'm not ugly, so that doesn't bother me. But I do know some women out there who calling them wide back or 300 pounds. I'm built different. I'm not, you look at me, my face is chubby, but if I'm standing up, I don't really look fat. I'm built a certain way. But people who aren't built a certain way, that can mess with their self-esteem. And that was my issue. That's why I wanted to get on. I had been watching the live the whole time. I wasn't even commenting at first. And then when I had heard what Eli was saying about the birth control thing, I'm like, yeah, he's totally right with that. That's when I started commenting. I was like, okay, cool. And then I started seeing comments going some type of way about the camera thing with her. And I'm just like, me being a streamer, I know that not everyone's comfortable being on camera. Some people don't like to look at themselves. Yeah. Not everyone shares that confidence. And when I was coming on here, I really was trying to come on here with an olive branch. But even if I'm coming on with an olive branch, I should still be able to voice my opinion. And I really don't think that I was giving her shade. I still don't believe that when I called her Candace Owens. I felt like if she was trained, because I know you're training her. I'm not stupid, Dennis. I know you.
I'm not. She's not a dog, so I'm definitely not training her.
First of all, you got to get trained. You got to get trained in podcasting. You got to get trained to work on a forklift. You got to get trained in doing a lot of stuff.
You didn't want me to train you because I knew more at the time because I studied. You weren't studying because everything I was trying to tell you to do, I don't know if you started doing it like a prep meeting or like doing notes. That way we can stick to topics and,
we have all of that. You
weren't doing that at first though.
my profits come from Facebook. That's why I don't work on YouTube. It's like you make your money from YouTube. I make my money from Facebook, TikTok, and IG. And that's the thing. On those channels, you don't necessarily need a large following to make money. All you need is content. I showed you where I'm doing like 200,000 people and I got like 100,000 interactions. I get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I'm not on YouTube and I'm not monetized on YouTube. I have like maybe 300 something subscribers on YouTube. I'm slowly growing it because YouTube isn't something I found my niche with yet. But TikTok, yes, I'm getting back on my TikTok. So I can start getting paid again on TikTok. I get paid through IG. Those are my things. Those are my strong points. But what you were trying to tell me was I get it, but I wasn't ready for YouTube because I knew it was so much work that goes into YouTube. Facebook is different. I can create content anywhere. I don't have to do a clip. I don't really have to worry about my titles too much because I have fans who are going to watch it. People actually share it. And then when people, even if they just click and watching it, you're getting paid just for the views. So that's different. That's why I never was tripping about YouTube. So my success in YouTube isn't what yours is, but I do have success over here on my Facebook page. That's my income. That's why I am trying to get back to a certain point because I just made a video about how I lost some following because I haven't been working because I've been on bed rest for like 3 months. But I'm still doing my thing the way I do it. And then don't forget, I'm syndicated. I get paid from that too. Sure, it's like $50 a month, but I still get paid from that. So I have my own success.
Well, no, I'm happy for all your success and all, success that's coming. And, I was trying behind the scenes. I'm bad with calling and texting and trying to keep you keep you on it. One day, maybe I'll get there. Can I address this one thing real quick?
Okay.
From Eli, because this is really Eli. I don't know if it is or him, but Eli, understand that from this point on my channel, until you get a one-on-one, you get to smoke from me and you're going to get the real me, you're not coming on. We're not playing this game because like, if this is really you, that was weak as hell for you to leave. And if you would not have grouped me with Christina trying to act like you did something, I would not be like wanting to give you this smoke. But because I don't do what happened with Christina was me trying to be like PC for your sake. But when you tried to check me for reading off comments, for example, that would not have happened if it wasn't for me trying to have you and Christina conversation. You're not going to tell me how to do YouTube, how to make money, how I'm going to do YouTube. I would have just said, fuck yourself. But guess what? I left you on and I let you continuously disrespect me because I was trying to be, respectful for y'all's sake. So I don't know if that's really him or whatever such, because I think he was on your stream, Allure. And if that's really him, then he's not getting nothing until he literally one-on-one with me. Okay, period. Because that was weak as hell for him to leave. And can one of y'all check and see if that's the real Eli?
It says authentic live. I'm not sure because I know he said that.
If you click on the name, if it's on mine,
his other account.
On the name, if it doesn't, it should show the subscriber count.
I'm always open to working with people. But I think y'all should do that one-on-one, Dennis. And from his point of view,
he's scared to do it. I'm never fucking smoke. He's scared.
How you know that man's scared to do it? Did he tell you he was scared?
No, because he wants to come on with. This is really him. He wants to come on with you because he knows I'm not going to be able to be direct. Because somebody,
if he comes on, I'm on it. I'm gonna be quiet. That's between y'all two.
Okay,
I'm gonna be quiet.
That's really him. No, we're gonna. If he wants to come on tomorrow, and Allure, you can come back on if you want to be. If you want to moderate, I'm down for it. But he's gonna come on his own live.
I don't get paid enough to check.
Yeah, because we're not playing this game. Because when I told him that me and him could have had that smoke, we could have had it with Christina, but he chose to do it and conduct himself the way he did, and I thought that was weak as hell.
I feel like because I feel like he felt ganged up on because when he was trying to talk to her, Dennis, you were going in on him, and that's why the super chats kept coming in. Like Dennis let her respond, and I feel like there should be rules. I feel like attacking her family, attacking her weight, and attacking her pictures, those should be off the tables.
And he called her husband a beta.
Yeah, family. I truly feel like family is off limits when it comes to this. But if he really, I feel like he should have been able to go toe to toe with her and it just been with her. But I think maybe you jumped in because of the weight. But I
jumped in because you see how she communicates. She would have been giving 10-second responses, and it would have just went nowhere because she doesn't elaborate and she doesn't know how to debate. I'm going to teach her how to do that. She'll get it eventually. But I was going back because I'm her voice. I know what she wants to say. I already talked to her about it. So I was talking and speaking up for her to make the conversation.
Then the conversation should have never been between her and him. It should have been between you and him, because you said you're her voice.
No, I said that in advance. That's what I'm saying. At the beginning of the live, I said
at the beginning of the live, I didn't catch the beginning of the live. I was doing homework and it popped up that you were going live with Eli. And I always see Eli's name, Coach Eli. I think it's Coach Eli. And every time I get in the chat, somebody's saying he's controversial. So I was like, oh, I want to check him out. I want to see who he is. That's why I got on the live, because I was interested in knowing who he was, because I always see his name pop up, but I always missed the live. And then plus I had talked to you a few days ago about the other lives that I missed. So I was like, okay, I need to start tuning in, because obviously I'm missing stuff. That's why I've been getting on the live. But when I had seen him coming for her weight, that's why I was like, okay, fat bitch to the rescue. You know, I was ready to jump in, but my fat cape on, like, okay.
I mean, but it wasn't even, because the thing is, here's the thing. I got put in the middle of this, and I'm like a sane, just regular person outside looking in. So the situation was, he was going to come on. I was going to more so be her voice. And then if she wants to add in, she can. And it wasn't us jumping and tag teaming. But you see how chaotic and how nasty it went for that 10 minutes or 5 minutes before they left. That's what would have happened the first 5 minutes. So we got 2 hours because I was talking to him and I was making my points. He was making his points, and it was based off of her. And as I told Eli, the reason why I'm not bringing him on here with you is because if he wants to do a one-on-one with you, Allure, talking about her, he can do that on your channel. Just email Allure. But I'm not doing that on my channel, because I'm going to turn this that's titled episode 2 or conversation part 2 or episode 2, Allure Hour podcast. It's about Allure right now. If Coach Eli wants to have a conversation, he can do it tomorrow.
I'm okay with working with Eli, talking with him, but I'm not going to bash somebody who's not here. I said what I had to say about her because what happened, but I'm not going to bash her and she can't defend herself. That's not what I'm about at all. I'm not going to sit here and keep talking about that lady and she can't, go toe to toe with me. But I definitely agree with Eli with some things, but I also agree with you for some things too.
He could have been more. He could have made it some more likable. So this is the problem, Lord. Let's talk about respect. Let's move this forward. Let's talk about respect. The reason why everybody always ends up beefing and fighting with me, Allure, the way me and you today could have not happened after we just talked 3 days ago or 2 days ago, whatever that was. I was telling you about what happened with that situation. What would have happened today, Allure, was you to respect when I told you that I made an agreement. I sent you a text and said, Allure, I made an agreement with Coach Eli that I was not going to bring nobody on and ambush him. And then I told Coach Eli I wasn't going to let nobody ambush him. And then I told Christina it was going to be about me and her, okay? Or her and Eli, nobody else. So when I text you and said I got to honor the agreement, if I made that same promise to you and you were Christina, and if I didn't honor that because I wanted to make her look stupid or make you look stupid, that would have been bullshit. Because Allure, that if we agreed that it was going to be you and Eli, and I brought on your op or I brought on another op, what does that do when it's supposed to be your live, Allure? What if I brought Christina on this live? This is about you, not her. So she came on here cooking you. Wouldn't that be me? I would be like Jerry Springer.
You told me that, and you told me to wait to the end. I was like, all right, cool. Then I text you. I was like, in the chat. So I was like, is it the end yet? Because I wanted some smoke. And I said, hey, don't let him. I said, don't run him off. I want to get in.
But the thing is that he ran before I was able to do any of that. But the point of the matter, and he wasn't going to let nobody on anyway. We know that. But the point of the matter is when he ran, I let people come on the panel. Allure, if you had disagreements with Christina directly, you could have literally did it tomorrow on a regular live, or you could have did your own live with me and you. But instead, you chose, just like Craig. You don't know Craig, I'm assuming. He chose to put grievances out against Christina. Okay, I got a question. Tell me something. Tell me the biggest thing you don't like, you don't agree with, that makes her this unlikable, hateful person. Tell me one thing, because she literally doesn't speak her mind.
First of all, my mama taught me hate is not okay. Hate is not in my heart. I don't hate anyone.
We can go over it. Let's go over it.
I don't hate anyone.
No, I said why? What make you not like Christina? Tell me, what has she done? What has she done? I'm confused. So what has she done to you personally? Not other people, because she doesn't talk. She has no voice.
Dennis, don't do that.
No, I'm asking.
We can go back to videos where that girl, that lady has gotten smart with me for no reason. And I had simply stated my opinion. And then she was just talking crazy to me. And I don't remember everything that she said, but I held my breath. And I counted to 10 a few times. And I let a few things pass.
Did you
and
say y'all
that was
going at each other? Because I can pull up the live right now. I remember the live.
pull it up. Listen, you come at me, I'm a respond. But when I come back at you, I'm gonna always have some shade. That's how it is.
It was you and Brandon. It was you and Brandon live. It was.
But that's not just the first one. It was the very first time I came on here with you. And that's not the first bad interaction I had with her.
Okay, but here's the thing. Wasn't it just difference of opinion? Did she personally attack the character?
She did.
How?
Go back to the video.
I don't know what video it is if you're not telling me exactly what
First of all,
you don't remember what made you mad at her?
Dennis, I start saying to people, Brandon was talking about something. I start saying to people, I said, do your research, guys, because knowledge is power. Then she start copying and she starts saying, do your research, guys, knowledge is power. It's okay, cool. That's fine. And then I had said something. I said, let me finish. I said, because you so quick to cut me off to defend her.
You what the first point? I'm going to write this down.
I don't remember. Listen, play the video. I don't remember exactly what was said.
Okay, we're not going to get to the bottom of this. Go ahead. Just I guess we waste time. I'm trying to get to the context, and I'm never in context. It's always.
You called me aggressive for no reason because I said to Brandon something about Trump, and me and Brandon was talking. She butted in, and I said something, and she called me aggressive. That was the second time. The first time that me and you did a show that you had me on, she was getting smart with me then, and I was very polite, and she was being very condescending. And I'm just like, okay, you don't have to talk like that to people. And she talks to people in a certain way. And this is my thing, yo. I'm from the streets of Youngstown, Ohio, the South Side. It's about respect. My mama and my grandmama and my auntie taught me about respect. And I've always had respect for people. I don't talk to people a certain type of way because you never know how they might pop off. But I'm also a certain type of way. I'm a reformed person. So disrespecting me a certain type of way will make me want to pop off. But I still was calm. I still was like, okay. And she just kept going and she kept going. She just kept going. People like her talk to people in certain manners because they feel like they have protection. I don't like women like that. Because those are the women who throw rocks and hide their hands. You are her defender. You're her public defender, Dennis. This lady throws rocks, and then she knows she can sit back and be quiet, and you're going to come to the rescue like Mighty Mouse, okay? And that's my thing. And she does it, and she waits for you to be like, oh, no, you're not going to attack Christina. But this is the thing. Christina, when you do that to someone who you're going to meet in real life, I know you're not going to do that to nobody in real life. Because the right person will pop off. And let's not act like people out here don't get tempers and you can't just be out here talking to people like that. Not everyone knows how to fight with words. I know how to fight with words. Not everybody fight with words because the old me did not fight with words. But the new me, the calmer me that has to breathe and say 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm the person who's going to think this is not the way to handle it. Calm down, talk to this lady. Respectfully, like how you want her to talk to you. When she came off the Richter scale and called me aggressive, first of all, calling a Black woman aggressive is kind of a form of a derogatory term because Black women are always labeled as aggressive because we talk with passion. We talk with our hands. As y'all see, I talk with my hands. That's just a part of our culture. That's a part of who we are. But defending yourself does not make you aggressive. And just because someone can be aggressive towards you in a meek, quiet voice does not mean they're not aggressive neither, and does not mean that they're not the mess starters. And that's my thing. She starts mess and then she hides behind this calm voice. And then when a person who is sturdy, I'm sturdy and I'm strong and I'm vocal and I'm solid when I speak. When she faced somebody like me as aggressive because she doesn't know how to speak that herself. She doesn't know how to show that type of strength to defend herself. So what she does is she throw a little shade and then she hides behind the camera and behind the microphone and behind Dennis.
Okay, well,
say what you want.
Okay.
before you
So
don't.
Lord, this is a situation. And mind you, I just gave you another 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And this is what she means by aggressive for context, because I mean, I know the moment that you're talking about. It was because whenever somebody talked, you literally you be like dominating the conversation. You got to say something to every single thing, and you are long-winded more than me. So when she said aggressive, it was because you, her, and Brandon were talking about something about God or something about religion or something, and you kept butting in, or not butting in because you were in the conversation, but you kept like cutting everybody off. So it got to the point that she said that you're being aggressive because you know, huh?
Play the video back.
Okay, I'll find it while we go. But that's the context of being aggressive. It wasn't because
he's gonna always defend her because she's a
did
fair
it now.
skin.
You did it now. You're being aggressive right now.
Listen.
Being aggressive right now. It's frustrating.
Okay, guys, this black man is sitting here calling this black woman, this black woman
who is race card. I got 45
defending herself.
Oh my God, I'm about to lose. Because I don't want to lose our friendship. So I'm gonna end this live.
You're gonna wait,
Dennis. You're gonna 45 seconds.
Dennis, you're gonna lose friendship over here because you constantly defend her. And
you're saying you won't let me finish my point.
You're not in her head, Dennis.
Aggressive bullshit.
Dennis,
I got to talk for 45 seconds.
Judy says all the time.
Lord, I sat here and talk for 5 minutes.
Don't tell me what she said.
Lord, let me fucking finish my conversation.
Don't try to do that, Dennis. Don't try to paint me as the aggressive black woman because I will get aggressive.
Lord, this is aggressive. I didn't have to talk for 45 seconds.
This is good for your channel because that's what you perpetuate. That's what you do.
Lord, I was trying to explain the situation. I'm taking notes. I'm giving you time. You don't even let me finish a point. You cut me off for 45 seconds. You start dominating, telling me how I'm freaking like racist to black women and this and this. That's aggressive.
It is. Come on, I don't need to say that.
That's why they called you aggressive, because you literally.
No, they didn't call me. No. They did not call me aggressive. One person called me aggressive, and then one of her bottom feeders tried to call me aggressive. Let's be very.
So why am I not allowed to talk without you having?
I didn't say you wasn't allowed to talk, but this is what we're not gonna do. This is what we're not going to do. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, she called you aggressive because you're not in her head. If you want to get why she called me aggressive, Christine is right there. Tell her to waddle herself into this live and get on here and tell Alora why she called Alora aggressive. I can't touch her. I'm all the way in North Carolina. She don't have no need to be scared. She could come here and she can address me herself. Now you stood up for her. You stood up for her against the man. You stood up against her for her against the man.
Bro, stop saying. I can't get nothing fucking out. I'm literally
defend herself against a woman.
Like, Lord, you've been talking this whole live. I've talked for literally 6 minutes. You've literally been yapping the whole live. I can't get nothing out. This is not productive. This is a waste of time because you're literally.
You're right. It's a waste of time.
Me out to be like I'm Captain Save-A-Ho, and she's not my chick.
You're Mighty Mouse.
Okay, so guess what? Okay, so I'm gonna do a long video about you tomorrow. You take it how it is. So go ahead and keep talking. I can't even talk. I can't get nothing out.
Let's do this.
One-on-one. I can't get nothing out. You keep cutting me off. You've been talking for a whole hour and like 10 minutes.
Dennis, let's do this because I'm not her.
I'm not got to talk one time.
Let's
do this fair? You keep putting stuff on me.
Dennis, let's do this.
I don't get it. Now you're about to play victim and make me out to be a bad guy when I didn't get.
Listen. Let me tell you something. The one thing you'll never equate my name with is victim. Victim and Alora don't go together. Because when I tell you,
why you play the race card? Why you play the race card with me?
Listen,
why you play the race card? I call black women aggressive.
I am an only sister of 7 brothers. Okay.
And by the way, Christina is in a hole.
I am not a victim.
Okay, so why did you play the race card? So why you put the race card on me?
Listen, I'm speaking facts. That's not victimility. I'm speaking facts. You have a habit of defending fair-skinned women because that's what you idolize. I don't care.
Hold on, you weren't here when I checked all those dudes about Orange Moon, a dark-skinned black woman from what her profile picture looks like. You weren't here when I accidentally ended the live because you had these men attacking her and bashing her because she had the audacity
to say that. Hold on. The comments. Get
Okay,
out
here
the
we
comment,
go.
girl. Get in the
Lord,
chat.
I can't even get a fucking point out.
Get out,
So annoying.
Christina. You
Ah,
got all of this. You got all these
damn.
comments, girl. Come jump on the live.
Lord, this is
Come on,
why.
Minnie Mouse.
This
Jump
is
on
why
the
this.
live, girl. Jump on. Boy, be quiet. This is good. Jump on the live.
This is aggressive bullshit. So how about it making your show? Let's see how it goes. Huh? How about it? You get
in
the
the
floor.
live.
You do your thing.
Dennis knows how I am, y'all.
No, this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. And I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about nothing about this. This is why. Like, no, because this is bullshit. They've literally been. You accuse me of bullshit the whole life. I've only got to talk
you of bullshit.
10 minutes the whole time. You've been talking the whole time. I try to make a point. You talk for like a half an hour.
Who accused you of bullshit? I'm telling Christina, girl, get in the live. Get in the live, girl.
You know this is Bush League.
Get in the live.
This is actually absolutely Bush League.
He knows who I am.
No, this is bullshit.
Dennis do gotta chill. Dennis be too.
I don't need to chill because you've been fucking. No, because you got me out here looking crazy. And every time I try to like be constructive and talk about it, you literally cut me off.
Dennis,
and like you made a joke. You're making it seem like I'm like her the full benefit of the doubt with everything. When me and Christina fell out because I had to check her on like the disrespect she had for a couple people, and we fell out about it, and we came back together after realizing that we're both wrong.
I love you, Dennis.
No, I'm not. No, this ain't you.
I love you.
Think it's a joke. No, you think it's a joke.
Dennis,
back,
because Dennis, you be getting too serious. You get too
serious.
serious.
You think this is a joke. This is my fucking channel I'm trying to grow. And you're taking it as a joke.
And Dennis, and I'm not harming it. I have been very transparent.
You're harming it. You're harming it because you're making it seem like I'm taping for this chick, and she's literally my friend. And I'm trying to
wait a minute, Dennis. Wait a minute. Dennis, there was another thing I didn't even like. When people were insinuating that you had a thing for that girl, I felt like her response should have been, first of all, Dennis is in a relationship with Cali Girl. I have no
thoughts. She said it a million times. You don't be on my channel. She said it every time.
I'm saying from what I've seen.
Me and her, Cali Girl was just talking an hour or 2 hours.
This is how I felt like she should. You're saying that I'm making like you got a thing for her. No, someone else had brought that up and they asked that question and she addressed it. That's how I felt like she should. Don't say I brought that up because I didn't.
Because Lord, you're talking, you keep accusing me of stuff, and I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you keep cutting me off after 2 minutes. Like you just can't listen.
Girl, get in the live.
I don't get it. I don't know. I guess
that jacket looks so nice on you. It's a beautiful color on you.
I appreciate it, but no, this is bullshit.
And tell Cali Girl I said hey, because I really do love and respect her and appreciate her.
No, you don't. If you just accused of
first of all, I respect Cali Girl. You know, since when you first introduced me to her the couple of times that you did, I have mad respect for that lady.
I know.
Period.
But you wouldn't even think that Christina would ever take it to that line. That Christina and Cali Girl talk. Now they've been talking they talked a few times this week about some things.
That's lovely. But I'm saying she should have handled that differently.
Laura, this is the problem. Like, I don't need you to understand for the future. If you ever come on my channel again, you need to understand this ain't how you did you do YouTube? You got to understand if you have a point, okay, you address that point. I don't cut you off. I should be able to respond to that point without getting cut off within like 45 seconds. You let me talk one time for like 4 minutes and then you had to go and do your long whatever. Like, that's frustrating because I don't even know where to go after this. Like, because you literally had not addressed one thing.
Go up.
You have not addressed one thing. No, you're being childish now. You have not addressed one thing. Like, one thing. Like, what one thing like that would make you not like Christina?
I addressed it, and you tried to slap
over. What you've been doing today is aggressive.
It wasn't just that. I told you it was the condescending talk, and I addressed that and how she spoke to me.
And you did it to her.
I was speaking to her calmly, and then she kept going, Dennis. And first of all, Dennis, how many platforms? Dennis,
I check her too. Did I not check her and say you calling aggressive?
I didn't. You told me that you checked her about that. I didn't hear that part.
I did it on live, literally.
I just told you I didn't hear that part.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna put it live. I literally told her you can't be calling her.
And I appreciate that, but I didn't in that moment. I didn't hear it, Dennis, because for me, I was triggered. And it wasn't just, like I said, it felt derogatory. It felt like I had just been called the N-word. That's how hard that word cuts for Black women. And the reason why I joke, when y'all see me joking like this, I'm laughing, is because I'm trying not to be so emotional. But this is my thing. Even though you defended me, she still had no right to say that. It's the fact that she felt so comfortable to say it. It's just like someone out here just walking around here just because they're friends with you, say they're Caucasian, they're friends with you, and they feel it's okay to call you the N-word. That may be okay with you, but that's uncomfortable for someone else.
Okay, no, let's not even go there. She's never got to that point. She actually hates when I go to that point, get to that point of when I used to bash Black people. So we can't.
Listen, that's like somebody saying I got a Black friend. We're not doing that. And this is my thing. Why do you feel such a magnetic pull to defend her? What is it that
name one thing that I've said in this whole life that I defended without merit? Just name one thing that she got wrong that I defended without merit.
Even the things that that young boy, that the thing with her not being able to defend herself. You're saying, oh, she doesn't really know how to debate. She really doesn't know how to do that. Dennis, if she doesn't know how to do it, why is she on the platform?
Laura, that was my the Lord. First off, I did that live because people wanted to hear the conversation, and I knew she was not going. She's not ready for that yet. She's going to get there. She's not ready for that yet.
Like she said, you just read her comment. That's on me because I feel like that word was excessive, similar to saying the N-word. That's not on me, honey. That's any Black woman that you would have said that to. And that's where I know.
White women get upset if you call white women aggressive. It happened at the job site when I called. We're
not gonna sit here and act like Black women are not made to feel aggressive just for speaking. We're not gonna act like this is not a thing.
I mean, sometimes, maybe not you, but y'all do be aggressive though. I'm keeping it buck.
Like come on, Lord. Dennis, you know what, Dennis?
Lord, Black women and the strong feminist white women, y'all are the most aggressive women on this planet. And then Asian female drivers, 3 most aggressive people on this planet. I'm sorry.
Christina, don't talk to me in the comments if you can't jump on the live.
Allura, when you came on my channel your first few times and people were going at your neck because they were saying, not aggressive, but they're saying that you do too much. I literally, even though I knew in the back of my mind, Allura, look, can I please make a point, please? Thank you. With me knowing that you have not talked to me, we did not really talk prior to you jumping on my live for months because of that whole Sabrina situation. I literally still said that this is a good friend. I lied and said she taught me everything I know with YouTube when that ain't true because this podcast is nothing compared to what this is because the podcast is different formats. I'm doing this by myself. I'm talking like with the podcast.
Even the background, you got that from me because I had my background and all that stuff going. But you know what? That's neither here nor there.
Wait. Hold on, wait. You know what my background was? You know what my background was? This was my background was. That was my background before.
Dennis, I had the same thing, and then I changed it to the Allura Hour. You check all my backgrounds. I have a new background right now.
I wasn't using StreamYard like at first. When I first started my YouTube channel,
and you asked me about StreamYard, and I told you about StreamYard. I mean, told you you could use my StreamYard. I told you didn't even have to pay.
What I'm saying is, we weren't talking at that point. I was at 8,000 subs before we talked again. Like I was at 8. Like you understand, Allura? I get it. Like I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I literally made a video joking. I said that she literally fumbled a bigger bag, or she fumbled a bag like I fumbled, not as much as I fumbled. She fumbled a bag with me because that Saturday show, I told people, remember, I wanted that Saturday show to be about me interviewing guests. I didn't know how to use StreamYard at the time. I didn't know nothing about doing podcasts, whatever. And I said that, which is why I wanted to do Sunday show. And guess what happened? I came on YouTube myself and I figured out how to
I told you I was down. You backed out.
No, you got mad because you got the dates mixed up, and then I missed that Saturday because you mixed up dates. I couldn't find nobody in 3 days to co-host with me. I needed a whole week and a half, and I told you that, and you got it mixed up and told Brandon on me. So he told me that I'm suspended for 2 weeks, and then y'all gonna consider if I'm gonna do a show. And I said, fuck yourself. I'm not getting paid to do this, and you suspended me like you're my boss.
First of all, I didn't suspend you. That was you and B-Baz.
No, Brandon suspended me.
Exactly. Stop saying y'all, because me and B-Baz got into it about it. I told him when it came to you, I gave you more range than I gave anybody else because this was supposed to be our platform. this was supposed to be our platform, our thing. That's why I gave you more range. I kept getting flack because I was letting you get away with too much. And then I was like, okay, Dennis, this and this and that. And then you was like,
the truth is too much.
I think you called B-Bass a beta?
Yeah, I called him beta male.
And y'all got into it. And I was like, Dennis, you can't do that. Like y'all was at a point where I'm not even knowing you guys having this argument. And then you bring it to me. And I'm just like, what are you two were the ones who just wanted to argue all the time. And y'all was working my nerves. That's when we had this trip planned. You don't even know how much it hurt my heart that you didn't even come to this trip, bro. And I really said, damn, Dennis really should have been here because that was the last time we seen Aaron. We didn't even know that was going to be the last time we seen Aaron. And I was really mad at you and me for that.
I mean, but the thing is, ultimately, I'm not fake, and I'm not going to be around people that I would consider fake at the time because I'm sorry.
I felt like y'all could have worked that out because even now,
that's the reason why. That's the reason why.
Y'all still have that relationship.
No, the last text message from you before I stopped texting you back was you calling me R. Kelly, and I said, if you think that I'm a sexual deviant, like look up your text right now. You can look up the text.
I didn't call you R. Kelly.
I stopped because I've never sexually exploited no chick. I respect all.
You act like I called you. Wait a minute. You act like I called you that publicly. Lord, I called you in our private text messages.
Lord, question. You know how your boob game is. No disrespect to your husband. When you're in that room, boobs half out because you're freaking like on your podcast. Did I one time say, those look good? Can you send me a picture of your boobs? Hey, can we do something? Have I ever said any? Lord, wait. What?
Wait, I'm confused. What's that question? I'm confused.
No, I'm asking you, have I ever disrespected you as a woman when you know you were in that hotel room, that first podcast, boobs half out, because you know how you do your lives with the boobs out. And I've never ever one time asked you for a picture. I never asked you to like kick
because
it.
we don't have that type of friendship. We have
because I respect all women.
Dennis, we have a friendship where we could be alone and nothing happen. I have that same friendship with Brandon.
With all women. You know me.
Dennis. I know you, and I know Dennis. Hold on, because you know some of the people I know that you smash and you mostly just be friends with. Don't forget, we talk about all of those things. I ain't never put you out there like that. And so for you to be mad about me calling you R. Kelly, you can be mad about it. But I never called you R. Kelly. I never called you R. Kelly on a public platform or any other messages other than our personal text message of us beefing.
Okay, well, Lord, let me just say this, then you and Christina got the floor. I'm gonna put myself down here. Here's the situation, okay? This is what a question I have for you, okay? If Christina can say that I've never disrespected her marriage, I never tried to hit on her, I never tried to get at her, okay? I've never tried to get a picture, I never tried to be anything with you. Every single woman that come on this channel, Furby, in a relationship, never tried to get with her. No woman in the history of life can say that I tried to be their friend and make it the friend and to try to smash behind the scenes unless they knew that I was just putting myself in friend zone and try to smash. Other than that, I've never exploited a woman. So we got to make that clear. So when I'm friends with somebody, I put chicks in friend zone. And Laura, you know that's the truth. Name one chick.
Okay, Dennis. Okay, Dennis.
Laura, name one chick. Remember Zoo? Remember that Puerto Rican chick, Zoo?
Dennis.
Puerto Rican chick, Zoo I had the threesome with, who she put me in friend zone, and she jumped up and I got on with a friend. Name one person that Laura, just say it. I'm not gonna.
No, we had this conversation about somebody, and you was like, "Oh, don't put them out there or don't tell them I said anything." I said, "Okay, cool, Dennis. Don't do that. You be forgetting. We've had conversations. Don't do that. I'm not doing that with you, Dennis."
You talking about after my YouTube or before?
No, before, Dennis.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you text me?
I think I still got the message. I'm gonna forward it to you.
Yeah, because I don't remember.
Now y'all because I gotta go through hella messages, and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about, and I'll be like, "Oh, really?"
I don't know. Okay, go send the message. I don't know how this is gonna go, but y'all got the floor because you know what? Laura was frustrated. I just want you to understand. Only reason why I'm frustrated with you, I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you or nothing, but you can't be talking for freaking 10 minutes. And then you cut me off.
I'm not gonna talk for 10 minutes, but you're not about to govern me. I'm not.
No, but can we be fair? Can we be fair here before y'all go? That y'all give it time. You throw a time limit up for each response because we can't have because you know Laura, that's not gonna. The conversation is gonna be trash if you're going for 10 minutes, she goes for 1 minute. So can we just be fair in 3 minutes each to respond without cutting each other off? Can we just be fair?
Dennis, I would like for you to just let this go on before you keep on offending me and then I get mad.
Okay. Well, Laura, if it gets out of control, I'm not. I'm not.
Dennis,
I'm not. Look,
Dennis,
not having
Dennis,
this.
I gave you my word. I
Okay,
gave you my word.
got it. I just wanted respect. There you go. Y'all got the floor. And I'm waiting for that message, by the way.
I'm gonna give it to you. You're gonna know what I'm talking about when I send it.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for her to know. She was in the comments.
First question she had for you was, what made you call her aggressive? Come on, mute game. Christina with her mute game. You're still muted. Okay, that was her sister. I thought that was her not unmuting fast enough. We can't hear you, Christina.
I'm here.
Okay. Oh, if you're doing something, Christina, then don't do this if you're doing something, okay? You make your money if you're still out there working, but go for it.
No, I'm here. I'm home now.
Why did you call her aggressive?
Because she was aggressive.
About what, though? You got to add some context. Do you remember? Because I know a lot of women don't.
Just her behavior. Like, she was kind of off aggressive to me, and then she got mad because she said that, I was saying she was aggressive Black woman or something, some shit like that, which that was not even what I was talking about, but okay.
Okay, go ahead, Laura. I hope one of y'all remember, because y'all both don't remember the context. So I could play it if neither of you can remember.
Dennis, to be honest, I don't be remembering things word from words, but I do remember I was talking to B Vaz. I believe we were talking about. I do remember. We were talking about Obama and Trump and how they were saying that Obama is running Joe Biden's office, and we were talking about Michelle Obama running for office. And I was saying that Michelle Obama is not even showing Joe Biden support because she had said that she wasn't feeling anything that he was saying. And then they made a comment about Trump. And I said, well, Trump is just as bad because Pence, his vice president, said that he would no longer back President Trump because of some of the things that Trump said in his policies. And I was just saying, that's the same thing. They said, they supported him before. So it was about the Obama supporting Biden. So they must still be supporting him. I said, no, that's not the case because Mike Pence was Trump's VP, and he's not even supporting Trump right now. He's denouncing Trump. So I said, Michelle and them said that they were not supporting Biden and they did not like his new policies. And I was talking to B Vaz about that, and then she had rebuttal because she wasn't even talking at the time. It was me and B Vaz, and she said something, and then I rebutted her, and I was calm, just like this, talking just like this, and she called me aggressive. And so when she called me aggressive, I got aggressive. And this is my aggressive. My voice raised a little bit more, and then my hands may start going. And I just felt like there was no need for her to call me aggressive for me giving my political point of view about something that B Vaz had made a statement about. And I was telling people, do your research. Don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. Then there was someone in the comment who did a fact check. And I had told them his fact checks is right because we were talking about this. And then that's when Roy had jumped on because we were talking about the Spanish War. And I was telling Brandon, like, it wasn't the Spanish War that we was fighting at that time. And he was incorrect about his times and dates. And Rory had came in and corrected him. And it was just like the whole time she just kept cutting me off. And every time I would say something, yeah, guys, do your research and this and this and that. And I'm like, I've already said that. So why when I speak, you keep saying it, but I've been the one advocating do your research because you guys need to know the knowledge. Knowledge is power. You can't get on a platform like this and just take everything as face value. You have to have your facts.
So why are you getting mad over a word? It's not disrespectful. It's a fact.
It is.
I'm not being disrespectful to you. I don't care about your race. I really fucking don't.
You were very disrespectful.
No, I
And
wasn't. Saying aggressive
call
is
me,
not a bad word.
call me,
If I
so
wanted to
call
call
me
you a B,
aggressive.
that's a bad
Call
word. I
me
would never do
aggressive,
that.
and I was not being aggressive towards you.
I know what
You
aggressive
call me
means.
aggressive because you weren't intellectually ready to
Trust me.
respond
It's
to that
not a
conversation
bad word.
because you didn't have any facts and you didn't have any knowledge on the topic. So aggressive was the next word that came to mind because you could not comprehend the conversation. That's it.
Aggressive is exactly what you're doing right now. You're saying I can't comprehend. You're making fun of my
That's not
intelligence.
aggressive.
You're putting me down
Not-
once again.
That's
And
not-
you've been throwing shots this whole time,
Okay,
and I'm not going to allow it.
making you
You think
aggressive.
you can do it. It's not
This
going to
is
happen.
aggressive. This
It's
is an
not going to
example.
work with me, okay?
I don't give a
I'm
fuck
not gonna
about
allow
what
it.
you talking about.
Trust
That's
me.
aggressive.
Trust and believe. It ain't
That
going to
is
happen.
aggressive. Like
Every
I said,
time
you
you
cannot
talk shit,
understand.
I'm going to
You
talk
can't
back.
understand the conversation.
Every fucking time. Every
Conversation.
time.
So
It's going to go
aggressive
back to
comes
you.
across. Over talking me is still not going to make you intellectually worthy of talking with me. I'm sorry.
You
Since
can
I'm
say whatever you want, but it's not going to
now
hurt me. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that you think that the word aggressive is offensive to you. But to me,
No,
I use that all the time.
If I'm telling you,
It's not a
if I'm
race
telling
thing.
you as a Black woman, I'm bringing knowledge and awareness. The problem is people can't communicate because a lot of people don't understand that they're being ignorant. Ignorance is not understanding that you're offensive and not comprehending when someone says, listen, calling me aggressive seems like a derogatory term towards a Black woman.
It's
Because
not.
we're labeled. I'm getting frustrated because when it comes to this, I'm very passionate because I have to argue this as a Black woman living in America all the time. I have to tell my daughter, when you go somewhere, watch your tone because you can't seem upbeat. Because the moment that you're upbeat or your tone rises, then you're aggressive. You have to watch that. The moment a woman who happens to look like me raises her voice to someone who looks like you, that's when y'all come out with the word aggressive. All the time. And it's always used to describe Black women when we're just passionate. We're passionate.
I've been called aggressive too because of my tone. Does that mean that they're racist towards me?
Right now, listen, I would never take you as aggressive, Christina.
They say I'm aggressive. They say I'm monotone, that I'm rude because of my voice is so flat.
Monotone has nothing to do with aggressive. Monotone means your voice is in a certain tone that puts people to sleep. That's what monotone means. It does not mean that you're aggressive. I would not take you as an aggressive person. I would take you as a condescending person. I would take you as a person who is not open to other people when they're communicating with you and telling you that, hey, listen, this word cuts and it hurts. It hurts me as a woman.
I'm not being condescending. I don't know that that's your trigger word. How am I supposed to know that?
I told you that.
Did you tell me?
I educated you, DJ educated you, and Brandon educated you, and yet you could.
I didn't know that was your trigger word. I didn't even know that was a thing. Aggressive is just a word. It's nothing to me.
Black woman's trigger word.
Nothing.
This is my thing. If you're going to be on a platform like this, it is so important to be informed. And I just feel like you're not that informed. And that's why I get upset because you say things and the things that you say have no merit. And then when I'm giving you facts, you don't know anything to base it on. So you don't even know that it's facts. I'm telling you that globally, not just in America, but globally, Black women are called aggressive and it's offensive and it's hurtful. That's like I'm telling you, don't call me the N-word. And you just say, I didn't get how it's offensive. I don't think it's your trigger word. It's my trigger word, Christina. It hurts. It don't just hurt me. It hurts other Black women. There were Black men in the comments telling you that you were out of line. There were
well,
Black
at least I know my intentions. So if it bothered you, if it triggered you, I mean, what can I do? It's not something that I had intentions for. So if you got offended, then I mean, I don't know what to say.
You were very.
There's going to be a lot of offensive words that people can't handle, and that's not out of my control.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing this for some years. I have went up against some people. I've never been called the N-word on a platform, and I've never been called aggressive on a platform. When I would get out of line, I would have to check myself. There's times where I got in line with DJ, and I had to tell him, you know what? I was out of pocket. I apologize. He'll tell you I am that type of person. You don't give anyone a chance to be like, hey, good game after. This is a platform. I literally argue with Dennis. I've been arguing with Dennis for years back and forth, but I still have the ability to set aside our political views or our podcast views and be like, you know what? At the end of the day, I value our friendship. I have people that I work with and I debate with all the time. And when we're done and we're all set, hey girl, how you doing? Because this right here is a job to me. This right here is just a social platform. I don't hate anyone afterwards. Like DJ said, why you hate her? I don't hate you. But I was hurt by your words. And I didn't like the way that you handled it. I'm gonna pause so you can get a response in.
I don't have nothing to say because I like I said, I already explained to DJ that was not my intention. So there's nothing to say.
And that's, and you know what, Christina, and that's fair. But this is why I feel like you get so much flack back from everybody, because there's no accountability. Even if I sat here and I told you, I said, Christina, that word cuts. That word made me kind of not like you. You said, I don't care. It's the arrogance. It's the arrogance. And I guarantee you, you're going to always push people out your life because you don't know how to step forward and say, you know what? I could have possibly been wrong. Let me apologize. Let me elevate, because guess what? That's not cool. That's how you
I'm
grow.
not going to apologize to somebody that's been talking shit about me in the chat the whole time, saying I'm on Section 8, talking about my kids.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Saying that you have however many kids you have, and it's not an excuse, right? I have all the screenshots.
I have never talked
about. So
don't
even try.
I have never once said anything about your children. The one thing that I don't do is family. Family is off limits to me. I don't talk about nobody's kids because I have kids. I have a child who has special needs. That's why I felt the need to defend you when Mr. Eli was coming for you and your family. Because even though I didn't like you, I said, she's not standing up for herself, and this man is going in on her and her family. I do not do that. I never said anything about your kids. I said you lived in the projects. That's what I said. I ain't bring up your husband. I ain't bring up your kids. I said you lived in the projects. We could have got on here and we could
Captain Save-A-Ho. Captain Save-A-Ho, remember that?
No,
I'm a hoe now.
No,
I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe, right?
No, Christina, that was actually me, because
no, she said Captain Save-A-Ho.
No,
I have the screenshots.
Oh, she said it in the chat, but I said Captain Save-A-Ho because she.
No, she said it.
That's okay. If she
Christina,
said it, I don't know if she said
Christina,
that.
This is why I said that you are culturally unaware. Captain Save-A-Ho is something that the Black community uses when we're saying you're trying to save a person. It does not necessarily mean that you're a hoe. Captain Save-A-Ho means he wants to come in and rescue you. I mean,
that's rude to me because that means that you're calling me a hoe. It's offensive to me. Oh, so just like aggressive is offensive to you, hoe is offensive to me. Bitch is offensive to me.
What? Okay. Captain Save-A-Ho doesn't mean hoe. It just means you're trying to save a person culturally. That's what that means. But if you took it like I was calling you a hoe, well then I apologize. And I truly mean that. But I wasn't calling you a hoe.
Exactly. The same face you're making. I didn't understand why aggressive was such a bad word for you.
Because I'm
and you've already explained it. I get it.
Google it. Christina, if you
is it referring to a Black woman when I yes. Google it?
Calling it says a Black woman. Google calling a Black woman aggressive. And you'll see so many shows pop up. You'll see so many podcasts. Growing up, there were so many TV shows catered to calling Black women aggressive. There's so many podcasts talking about this. Black women are the women we have to literally be trained up from childhood, from our grandmothers, to tell us, hey, when you say yes, sir, make sure you don't say it too loud. When you do this, make sure you don't say it too strong because it's going to come off aggressive. Try not to use your hands too much. Smile. Yes, I'm telling you that these are things that culturally we have to deal with. I don't know what you have to deal with culturally because I would be ignorant to it if you said to me, "Hey, Laura, I don't know your ethnicity. I can't announce it today. I don't know what your race is, but if I was to say something to you and say, "Hey, that's offensive to me culturally," then I would be more inclined to listen because I don't know your culture. I don't know your history. So I would say, okay, let me take that into account because I don't want to be offensive and I don't want to disrespect your culture or hurt you in that way.
But Laura, I got a question real quick because it seems like ultimately it's about the language. So wouldn't you say that like this is like what women do, like completely like just what women do? Because like couldn't this beef that you guys I guess got been easily resolved by you saying like to her, you may not understand, but you calling me as a black woman aggressive, like the N word, and then like Christina, you the whole word, like if Laura would have, if you'd have just said, hey Laura, in my culture or where the way I was raised, being called Captain Save-A-Hole means that I'm a hoe. Instead of beefing with each other.
Dennis, I said that to her. Brandon said that to her. You said that to her, and yet she continuously did it. That was my issue. Amy, after that, she went to the comments and still did it, Dennis. I would have been cool with that. I literally don't have. Huh?
How long ago did she leave?
Just now.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I don't know why she left. I was trying not to be aggressive. I was trying to. I did what you told me to do, Dennis.
No, you did good. Here's the point. I think that like Laura, if you got to know Christina, you would understand that y'all both are literally, other than her being more conservative minded, you being more liberal minded, y'all would literally are the same person. I promise you, except you are more, I'm sorry, I gotta use the word, aggressive, meaning that Eli would not have got what he got off on Christina to you. Because
it's not because I'm aggressive, it's because I'm assertive. And there's a difference between aggressive and assertive. And I think that's what people don't understand when it comes to black women, and that hurts. I'm telling you, that hurts. Because Dennis, say if me and you were dating, right?
Yeah.
If we went to a restaurant and we're sitting there and some man comes and disrespects you, and I know that this man is probably gonna beat your ass, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get assertive and I'm gonna say, listen, you're not gonna touch my man like that because he doesn't do that and we don't get down like that. Please move along. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna assert my.
That's an example. That's not assertive. That's an example of aggressive.
No,
like,
that's me.
That's me. Black women, because if you speak on a man, like that's like me and Roy. If you jumped on here and said, Roy, like Dennis ain't about that life, you shouldn't even be talking crap about Dennis because nothing, then that would be literally aggressive because you should not be speaking up for your man. And that's pretty much the context of what black men say, that you have to understand that that's literally the definition of being aggressive. But I know what you mean, though. I'm just telling you, like, Alora, like you're strong, confident, beautiful woman. And you know what they call you as a woman? They call you aggressive. They call white women, all those women that I'm about to talk about tomorrow.
To be honest, I've never been called aggressive by anyone before. Ever. Never. When you hear people talk about me, people say, if you got Laura to that point, you really ticked her off, because I'm always calm and level-headed unless I get ticked off. Remember that one time Shaka said something about my daughter? I'm cool the whole podcast and I flipped. I'm always cool. I'm always the person who would give you a pass. I'm the person who would talk. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I would try to break it down to you. I would literally give a person the shirt off my back. I have fought people and I am friends with them to this day because I realized I didn't want to be that person with negative energy. And I'll go to that person, I'll sit and I'll talk with them and we'll talk it out and we be cool. I am that person. I do not walk around with that aggressive. I've never been called aggressive, ever. I've been called cool. Alora is cool. Now, don't trigger her because she will black out. I'm literally the girl who is cool, but don't get on my bad side because, hell, I'm still a woman. Ain't about being a black. I'm a woman. Have you ever dated a Latino woman? Crazy. Have you ever dated a white woman? Crazy. There's different levels.
In bed, of course. But no, here's the thing you got to understand. The most aggressive women on this planet are usually those white, butch, women that who I'm about to be talking about tomorrow that I was working with. They were literally like the one chick tried to check this black dude, which I was shocked because this dude was like a vicious looking guy. But she went and decided to, she walked past, she always says, all right, boys, scoot away, like trying to be like the super butch. and she was a black chick, and she was like built like Bob the Builder. And this chick literally,
Dennis.
no, she was built like Bob the Builder. She was like 6'1". Like I wouldn't invite her. She'd probably whoop my ass. But she literally was like, all right, boys, I'm on my way, coming through. And then the dude was like, yes, ma'am. She gonna turn around and say, hey, that's hella disrespectful. Don't be calling me ma'am. I ain't old. And he's like, well, I guess I'm the most disrespectful dude you know. Like, why would you be mad about him saying yes, man, and being respectful? And once again, Alora, the way you are right now, you changed your whole vibe up. You weren't like this the other hour and 20 minutes.
Because I wanted to come on here, and I didn't want, when I seen her pop in, I didn't want to give off the energy that she didn't have an opening to talk and then shut her down. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like beefing with people. I wanted to give her room to say what she had to say and not be aggressive, because there's times where I'm overbearing and I can't overtalk. When you said, Laura, let her speak, I knew you were right. That's why I said, all right, Dennis, I'm gonna respect what you're saying. I know I overtalk. I talk a lot. So when you told me that, that's facts. I can't deny that. So I didn't want when she came in, I didn't want to come in with that energy. Then she walks out and then she doesn't have the chance to address me. That's not fair.
No, I appreciate that, Gotti, for doing that, because I just want to I want the conversation to be had. I didn't want it to be a mess right now, inside out. I wanted it to actually make sense. And that's all I was trying to do. But yeah, I mean,
I'm rooting for her. Like, to be honest, I'm rooting for her. Like, you don't have to like someone and you just want them to be bad. Like, that's crazy. For me, I'm all about getting energy. And how can I expect God or the universe to give me anything good when I have such animosity towards someone and then I'm praying and wishing on their downfall? That's why I'm so happy about your channel. Like, that would be the most egregious thing in life for me to, just because I don't agree with this girl and we don't get along, for me to just be like, I just want her to fail. No, because where my blessings gonna come in at? Yeah. You know, I don't want that for nobody. That's not okay.
Well, I think that, like I said before, you guys, I don't think it's that deep. I think that this is miscommunication. I hope that you guys can just, get over it and just move forward and not be beefing with each other, because it's not that serious. I don't think.
I felt offended that she booted me, though. I'm not even gonna lie. And that's what I really wanted to address, was being booted, because, to be honest, I can have a debate with anybody and I could still be okay. I do this professionally, and you guys aren't half as bad as the people I have to deal with, whose platform I be on. And Dennis is nice compared to some of these people. You guys like, oh, Dennis is a nasty piece of work. Like, shout out my homeboy Raw at Raw Stash, because he and I was trying to get him to come on your show. Oh my God, Raw will be perfect. I'm gonna send you his information. Reach out to him to have him on. I'm telling you, Dennis, he would be perfect for your platform when you guys are set. You know how your mind works, Dennis. Check out his content, and once you see how he operates, you're gonna know how to move.
Yeah, I think the problem is just ultimately people don't know how to just show respect. Period. Like, because I allow people to come on and just disrespect me, because I've never like just outright just bash somebody or just tried to make somebody feel like a piece of crap. Right. These people will be just doing too much, and I know that comes with the part of the territory. Whatever comes down to what we're doing here on YouTube. But yeah, that's the thing. People, they do that and they want to play victim. That's the thing that I call out, and it's frustrating. But when it comes down to it, the reason why today was bad, because Eli ran away, but then like the people that I allowed come on after started throwing like pessimistic or whatever the word is, I can't even say it, shots instead of just keeping it real.
Yeah. And you got to know the clearance dude or whatever his name is, I didn't know about that history. I didn't know any of that. So I think maybe she thought I was plotting with him or something.
No, y'all had nothing to do with each other. It was just like y'all was just throwing shots. Y'all just jumped on and just started like coming at her neck.
I really wasn't trying to, and I apologize if that came off. For me, Dennis, you told me I could be like Candace Owens. I wasn't offended, because people don't understand. Candace Owens is calculated. She's kind of like you. That girl is methodical, very much so. So when I said that, and she's controversy, what I'm saying is controversy sells, just like sex sells. I was saying that you know where to put her at. I was really complimenting her. I don't understand how she took that as a diss, because we were just sitting here a couple of weeks talking about Candace Owens and how you thought that, you know, that was my lane. I told you, Dennis, I said, I don't know, that's not really me, you know. So
Probably a lot of people don't really respect Candace Owens. You gotta understand, she's a negative, she's like a negative thought that people, you know,
but see, you know my views on her. That's why I thought that you would have got it, because I tell you all the time, I don't agree with everything that she says, but she says a lot of truth. We always have that conversation. That's why I didn't get why you took it personally when we've had this conversation like 1,000 times.
No, I don't have, like I said before, I have no issue with anything you said. It's just ultimately when it comes down to it, you know, this live was ultimately all about Christina and Eli's conversation. Even though he ran, we didn't get to wrap it up the way I wanted to wrap it up, but ultimately it was about them. And you know, what was said was said. I just think that with Christina, people are just trying to equate her and, you know, what we're doing on here, like I'm trying to get with her, or she's trying to get with me, and it's just disrespectful to not only, you know, me as a man, but to, you know, Cali Girl, because she doesn't deserve any of that. Because
Cali Girl don't. That's why I said Christina should have handled it in a different tone when they said that. There's a way to handle. I mean, I know that you're probably a teacher, but certain things like that, when it comes to someone and their significant other, no way. For me, let me put myself in a situation. If it was me and we're sitting here and someone said, "Oh, DJ want to snag them bones," I would have said, "Oh, pause. First of all, don't be disrespectful, because Cali Girl, that's my girl. That's his woman. And you're saying that, you're being disrespectful to both of their relationships. You know how I am and how I feel about that. I told you the other day, I didn't like the argument that you guys got on the live. Yeah. There's just a certain way that you handle things. That way it's shut all the way down. And there's not no lingering little thought in someone's mind, because they've been like, oh no, she stood on business. She checked all of y'all. She ain't got nothing for him. This is particularly business. And women and men can work together and it just be business.
Yeah, people don't believe that on this channel. Most of the people think that, you know, there's always more to it.
Right. That's true. And no one should insinuate that, because people don't even know what it took for you to get to this relationship with Cali Girl. Like, this was like when Dennis told me about Cali Girl, and I've only met her twice, and that was via video chat. And when he told me how she's been, because do you mind if I talk about it?
Yeah, go for it.
A lot of people don't know that Dennis is always the one shoving out money, like with women. Like, yep. He's always whining and dining. He is literally the guy who will go in head first and show his cards and want to love on that person. And I have to tell him, Dennis, not every woman is worthy of that. You can't treat every woman like that. And he be like, no, but I just want to show them a different type of vibe, because these women aren't used to this. And when he got with Cali Girl, it was a whole different vibe, because here's a woman who's saying, oh, babe, I got the check. He's not the first one, you know, putting out the card, or he's not the, you know, he's not stressed about money so much, because he doesn't always have to give. And that's why I was happy that he got with Cali Girl, because let me tell you, I haven't got no phone calls. Like, Laura, I think I'm coming back to North Carolina. Like, I heard him say, I'm in California dreaming, living the life and loving it. And I love that for him. And I love her for him. And no relationship is perfect, but let me tell you, I'm so thankful that they have each other. And that's why, I'm trying to protect this relationship at all costs.
Yep. And that's what, and the situation is ultimately, that's what people don't understand, that I usually get used, and the chicks, you know, they literally just, you know, take all my money and then bounce. But, you know, when it comes down to it, I guess we could wrap it up with the respect conversation.
Right.
Because here's the thing, like, you know, you're trying to give, you know, you're giving, you're putting respect on Craig's name. And you know what frustrates me with him, for example, is that he literally does this all the time. Like, I don't want, like, see, people don't understand. As my channel grow, I'm going to get to like 1,000 people watching at one time. And when it comes down to it, it's all about that push YouTube gives you. You know, you don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to come. Okay.
Right.
People like him, they don't understand. He doesn't understand that I don't really want to be talking to him or people that just got to be disrespectful, because like he could have came on a panel and he could have talked about, anything, but to be disrespecting a woman or just anybody, period, for no reason, because, they don't agree with you and they agree with, things that I got going on. They agree with me, because half these people literally just don't like me and they just be saying reckless stuff and it's messed up, because like they always put the blame on me. Like I'm always falling out with somebody. Like it's always my fault. Like I'm the guy that just, out here disrespecting people. But you see the comments, like this is what people are telling me not to respond. And now he's texting me, Craig, I'm gonna tell you right now over the phone. I mean, over this right now. I'm not staying up no longer because it's 1:51. It ain't gonna do me no good having you on right now. If you want to come on, Craig, and come on tomorrow, but you're gonna come on in a way of respect, meaning have questions. But if you're gonna come on here to try to make yourself look good by bashing Christina, don't come on. Okay, I don't need that, and I don't need you to come over here doing that. Okay, if you can't talk about anything other than Christina, then you literally have no life, and you need to just go away. Because I'm sorry, you as a man, as you are, cutting your own hair and doing the good things you do, your Tesla, your beautiful home, you should have more to talk about than Christina. You shouldn't be on here talking about a whole nother woman, period. I mean, I think that's kind of, I mean, would your man, if he didn't agree with somebody, would he be on YouTube like day in and day out talking about them? Would you even allow that to happen?
My husband don't do YouTube, and my husband don't have a social media account. I mean, I don't know Craig like that. I just feel like he has a grievance and he wants to get it. And I would say if he does come on, I would let him. I'm not gonna say what I would do. I would, like I said, lay out some rules. Kind of like me and her. We just sat here, and I think we had a fairly decent conversation. There was no arguing. I mean, we still concluded that we're probably not gonna be friends. But I think that it's something that it's good to get off your chest. But I do feel that, you don't want her just to continuously get beat down. But then,
she doesn't even do nothing but agree with me half of the time. Like, you understand, the hate that she's getting is all because she agrees with things that I say.
I don't think it's all of that, D.
No, it is. I promise you.
From
she
my
opinions half the time, she wasn't
even on when me and you was on and we butt heads. I've seen her on a couple of times while you weren't on, and she butt heads with people. I really think this is going to be an ongoing thing. I think this is going to always be a thing. And no disrespect to her, but there's no accountability. I feel like even at the end of the day, when you're debating with someone, they come to a resolution. There's never no resolution. There's never no, like I said, accountability. And we just say reckless things. And then we live in a world where you just can't say reckless stuff to people. And then they're supposed to just eat it up and be satisfied. And then they want to come back to the channel and support. They're going to still be carrying that nasty taste in their mouth from last time. And, I know it's good for ratings and stuff, but it's going to eventually become a time where it becomes toxic and bad for ratings, because stuff grows old. This.
Yeah.
It's like, and I don't know, because I don't want to feel like I'm dragging or speaking bad. So I really don't want to speak on it too much, because I don't want people to think I'm, attacking them. I'm just being a realist, but this is your platform. You know how you want to delegate it. You know how you want to run it. You had this vision. I told you this the other night. You know how I feel about what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I don't agree with everything that you're doing and how you do it, but it's your baby. You created this. And so,
yeah, I mean,
you know what's best.
And that's the thing. I appreciate, once again, you even coming on here and doing this. But I'll try to get people to understand is this, okay? Christina, literally, the only reason why she gets so much hate is because she agrees with a lot of stuff I say. If she didn't agree with me, if she was opposite, like when she was bashing me because we and her fell out at one point in time, and she was going off on me, and people were loving her at that point because she wasn't agreeing with me. But the moment that she started agreeing with me again and we got cool, that's when she went back to being, number one enemy in the chat. So that's the reason why I'm saying that. I think a lot of smoke she's getting in. Laura, if you come over here and start agreeing with me, well, you're a liberal, so you're not going to disagree with most of the
I agree agree with you. I agree with you from time to time. You know, we have our little debates about certain things, but that's the world that we live in. We should be able to agree and disagree. And like I said, at the end of the day, we're fine. I should be able to text you and be like, yo, what you doing? I mean, if you can't do that, then I don't think that you're emotionally mature to be on a platform like this.
Okay,
Anyone.
let me put you on a hot seat. Okay, real quick.
Okay,
Give me
let's
10
go.
minutes to put you on a hot seat. Okay. If you got $1 million out of nowhere, you won a lottery or something, and you had to buy a house with that money. House would be about $300,000, whatever.
Mhm. If I had $1 million,
Yeah, if you had $1 million, you had to spend at least $300,000 on a house. Would the words "I want to move to a Black community" ever come out of your mouth?
I would want to move to a multicultural community. I live in a multicultural community right now. And the reason why I wouldn't want to live in an all-Black community, well, nope, I'm going to say that in certain areas. I would live in an all-Black community in Atlanta, in certain parts of Atlanta. No,
Okay.
what's it called? What's it called? Dang, somethingville, Atlanta. I would live there because the Black community thrives there. But in Ohio, I would not want to live in a Black community. I would definitely want to live in a multicultural. I never want to live in just the white
West
community.
Coast, right?
Huh?
Pretty much the West Coast. Or would you live in a Black community in Charlotte?
The Black community in Charlotte is certain areas is good.
I've been down there.
Certain areas. You've been to my neighborhood. So yeah. And this is my neighborhood is a multicultural.
Okay. So now next question would be African Americans, we're the most peaceful people, right?
That's hard to classify because we would have to generalize. No, hold on, because there's African. You said African Americans,
Us,
or just
Black Americans in America.
Okay, Black Americans. Question that reword it again.
Are Black Americans the most peaceful people in this country?
For me, that would be hard for me to say because I lived in South Side of Youngstown. No, it all depends because you gotta ask somebody who been like hood. I feel like that's kind of unfair to ask me that.
Okay. Why are Black women the most least likely to be married? Why is that happening?
Actually, do research. Black couples are thriving right now. Do research.
Black couples. I say why are Black women the most unmarried women?
Black women don't. A lot of Black women don't settle. So I don't know if you know that there's been a study saying that Black women who are single outlive Black men, and it's because they have more peace. So they're saying women who end up in relationships with men and they're unhappy, they die sooner. That research just came out. So look that up.
So women die being with us?
They die earlier from a Black man who isn't a good Black man. They die earlier. But Black women who decide to be single and live single, they live longer.
Okay. Do you love white people? Now I had to ask you that again. Last time you didn't answer it right. Do you love white people?
Oh, let me tell you, I don't even like Black people sometimes. That's a tricky one. I love the ones who love me. I literally love the ones who love me. You've been to my neighborhood. I'm the only Black person on the street. My neighbors are wonderful. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. If you don't have love for me, I don't have love for you. I'm a biracial child. My best friend's white. Like, is if you love me and you respect me, I got love for you. Yeah, and my ex-fiance, for those who don't know, my ex-fiance is white.
Okay, so three more quick questions here. Do you let's see. It was one I had it in my head. Oh, are you voting for Trump this year?
To be honest, I'm praying because I don't know if I'm voting this year. I'm praying. I feel like I don't want to make a wrong decision. I'm scared, y'all.
Would you recommend your son or nephew to marry a white woman?
No.
Why not?
Because I just watched a white woman stab a black man 108 times and get fucking probation. Another one, and she said she was on weed, and then another one stabbed her boyfriend like 19 times and said he was aggressive, and there was never one video of him being aggressive. Yeah. And then, man, it's just so much. For me, it's personal experiences and just stuff.
Yeah.
But any other, I would say okay.
Okay. Trying to think of anything else. Anything you want to say though? You got the floor here.
Let me say that, because you know what, when it comes to it, love is love. Because my son, his first girlfriend was white, and she was very sweet, and her mom was amazing. Nah, I just really feel like it's about who you love. I believe anyone should be in a relationship with who they want to be in a relationship with. And just because you date others doesn't mean you have to knock or disrespect your culture. You could love someone else and not degrade the Black women or Latino women or white women. I just feel like if that's your preference, be confident in your preference and love your preference.
Okay. Baked chicken or fried chicken?
Baked chicken.
Oh shoot, that's white.
First of all, I don't like fried chicken because it's greasy. Man, come, bro. Listen, we about to do that because, yo, that's why I had a fight almost every day. It's cool. I had a fight almost every day.
Well, okay. So what about white folks? Do white people have barbecues?
Yes, they don't have cookouts. They have barbecues.
Where are they at? I've never seen a white cookout or barbecue or anything before.
They on the boat when they on the water.
They don't have them in the backyard or anything, or is that just in the movies? Because I've never seen a white barbecue or cookout before.
To be honest, I think they just have tailgate.
Tailgate. So they'll just put a tailgate in the back of their truck in their driveway.
Yeah, because No, my ex. Oh my God, my ex Mitch, his family kind of did like a barbecue.
Can we do I guess can we do one of your time to get nasty for one question here? Last question.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a two-part question. First one is who's bigger, black or white men? And then who's better in bed, thugs or nice black guys?
Never really dated a thug. I dated one and he was not good in bed. It was the first and last.
Thug?
Yeah, I dated one. And then my mama told me that that was not the type of man that I could handle. And I left him alone. But black men or white men, I don't know, because my ex, he was Caucasian, and the stuff they say about white men is just not, I mean, this is uncomfortable. I'm just saying, I just feel like for all white men, that's not true. Like, it's not good.
Hold on, you saying it's not good?
Yeah, because they'd be like, this is uncomfortable, Dennis. They'd be like, white men are, they're either, or it's not, but my ex, yeah, it's like, it was okay.
Hold on, is it true that like men that aren't black be having like 4-inch wee-wees? Because I can imagine that. Wouldn't that be sad?
I am not talking about it. I am not going there.
What would happen with a woman if you tried to like do something with that? Like if you had like a 4-inch, like would the woman be able to do anything?
Dennis.
Isn't that like a death sentence?
Dennis. So inappropriate. That is so inappropriate.
I'm just wondering. I know I sound like racist right now, but I'm making this is a comedy channel, guys. So I'm just
I don't put stereotypes on people, because not on all people, because people can surprise you. That's why I be saying don't be doing that. But no, I think it's about who you want. And if your man isn't, like up to size, if you love them, you love them. I mean, wouldn't you love someone if she wasn't able to? I don't know how.
If it was dry, I couldn't do it.
I don't know how to. Dennis, why are we talking about this?
And by the way, too, Christina asked her these same questions, and she already admitted, that most women want like 8 inches or more minimum.
I think if you used to that, then that's probably what you want. But I think some women out here just want regular. Ain't nothing wrong with regular.
What's regular?
Like 5, I think, regular.
This is her. And this is Alora's stick on her channel. She has her. It's time to get nasty, and these questions are brought up.
These are for my Steamy. These are for a different platform, and I don't do a video for them. I do is Steamy Stories with Alora D. And my cousin, she writes novels, graphic novels, and it said that my voice is tantalizing, so I read her novels and with my Steamy Stories with Alora D. So that's my thing. So my cousin, she's an author. Her name is Arthur Candy Camp. So that's what my other platform is, but I just don't be on these platforms talking about that because different platforms deserve different conversations.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I don't have a camera on for that. Yes, see,
that's new to me. Yeah, I didn't know you.
That's like when I was on, CL show. Yeah. We don't bring that. You don't bring that vibe to the Lauren Hour. Like it's a place. What's it called? What did they say? It's always a time and a place. It's a time and a place for things. And plus, like, my kids are up. They about to get ready for school.
Yep. It's all good. You are up late. Look, I appreciate you coming on. Any last words you want to throw out there? And I appreciate you. I have no issues with you. We're good. Don't think that you're going to get a nasty text. You ain't going to get no video because you were fair towards the end. It was just the first hour and a half. Literally, you had me about to go crazy because you just wouldn't let me talk. Had me feeling like Skip Bayless with Shannon Sharp. But any last words you want to?
First of all, I know you better than anyone else, so I know how to handle you with certain things. So that's why I did that. It wasn't to be aggressive or anything. Yeah. I respect you. We get into it, but like I said, a lot of stuff I felt like we didn't even need to touch because I would have never. I just want you to remember my character through it all. You have never heard anyone come back to you saying I bashed you, I did anything. I would not do that. I don't do it to anyone. You don't see me on the internet bashing no one.
Yeah, no, I'm open and honest, so I have nothing to hide. Because, she came out here and people were doing the same thing. Oh, with that situation, she's, young and I'm trying to do this and that. She came with a girlfriend and they were saying nasty stuff and she had to check them. That's the only reason why I brought that up, because people be just not understanding that I literally have girls that, yes, at one point in my life, anybody that I talked to, I wanted to smash. That's just how it was. But then as I moved to Vegas, I grew up, it ain't like that no more. So that's all I wanted you to understand. It's open forum. I don't care about you, bringing up any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But with that said,
no, for the sake of our friendship, I wouldn't. But also, Dennis, you're like, you guys gotta understand, like, I'm not in touch with my family. You, be Vaz and Jazz. I build a bond with you guys. You might not have the same bond that I feel like I have with you, but you're the homie for real. Like, I don't move that way, and I do take things personally. But when I had told you stray away from that, I know how people be viewing things, and it was only for protection. I was trying to protect you. Maybe I came off wrong, and if I hurt you in any way, I do apologize.
Yeah, no, it was just the fact that, like, once again, she was the situation, long story short, is that it was all good because nobody was trying to do anything. We knew what it was. I met her grandmother. She lived with her older sister, even though, it was her apartment, there's older sister there. And me and her older sister had an inside joke to where I used to always be like, oh, where's your sister? I told her to come out and say what's up. That was always a joke. But yeah, that's all I want people to understand, that, I don't care what anybody thinks. I mean, she was who she is, and she's a, good person, and she didn't deserve to ultimately get shot. We're in America, and it happened. So that's the only reason why I got, like,
maybe we shouldn't have said she deserved to get. I don't know if I said she deserved to get shot, but I was
saying she deserved it because she put herself in that situation. I'm like, dude, we're in America. So what are you trying to say? We shouldn't be around you. You don't want to be around Black people, because that's all it is. I mean,
I might just be a hard person. I be telling my kids stuff like this. I tell my kids, don't go into this area. Don't go here, because if whatever happens, that's on you, because I warned you. And at my time, thinking about it, you warned her. You told me you warned her, and you warned her about that particular guy. So for me, it was like, well, you were warned. So now at this point, if you don't listen, it is what it is. That's what my take was on that. And I'm staying firm on that, because that's how I am with my children. But, I'm a no bars hold type of woman. Like, I shoot from the hip, and that's how I am with my children. So it wouldn't have been just her. If my son was there, after I found out he was okay, I would have cussed him out. And I told him this would have never happened if you wouldn't have had your behind here. You know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
You know, and even now, I'm tight because, you know, my sister was killed last year.
Yeah,
Somewhere my sister was an innocent bystander just standing in someone's yard because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I lost my big sister. And luckily I was supposed to be in Cleveland for a podcasting event and ended up getting canceled. And so my mom threw me a surprise party. And I end up, you know, being able to talk to my sister and reconcile because we had been beefing. And that was, you know, that moment was meant to happen. So that's why I'm like that, Dennis. And then even with my brother, that's why I told you I was so nervous because I'm like, Dennis, is she trying to set you up? My head goes like that because we're from Youngstown.
If that was said, yeah.
Yeah, and you remember what happened to the guy who owns Jitsos. So my head is always.
You don't want to mention that one. That was the dude that tried to like end me because I wanted my money that was owed. And by the way, I want you to understand this context though of that story because it's in the police report and it's in she wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time. What she was at a place with a lot of you know, it was mainly white people, and coincidentally, the only black folks that were there were two groups of people shooting at each other, two gangs. And the thing is, the guy that, you know, once again, I mentioned that I told her to stop hanging with, or not even hanging with, just like giving him rides home or taking rides home from him. I said stop because
I remember you telling me that.
He's a street dude. He's going to exploit you. And she took my advice. She stopped hanging with him. So he just happened to be one of the shooters from the gang because she told me he was in the gang. She tried to get me to do business with the dude. I'm like, no, heck no, I ain't dealing with it. I met him one time. I said, never again. But that's the reason why.
But see, that's what my mind went to like set up. I don't know. I be on.
Not set up. It was something that I need to make some money, and I was trying to make money. But yeah, no, I wanted that meat. But when I met the guy, I'm like, oh heck no, because he just came off like kind of nasty work. But the whole point of the matter is, she was at a party with mostly white kids in the outskirts of it. It was in Leland. Which is outskirts of Wilmington. So the problem line is this. It happened because she was outside instead of going in because I told her not to go to no party with this many. I'm sorry.
Because we had just talked about that. Remember before this happened to her.
The shooting at that house party. Yeah, and I told her, I said, you are leaving for college in literally 4 months. You're going to play tennis. You're going to be a tennis star. I told her not be at this, you know, whatever. Go to the beach parties, whatever. And she chose to do this because, like I said, I started looking at her like a daughter because of, you know, how everything was. But long story short, that happened. So when you have people trying to make it out to be wrong, you know, that's when I had to take it. But look, I want you to keep in mind, you can, you know, anytime you want to come on. But just like if I put on here, it says a conversation with this person. This is a new series I'm doing. When it's a conversation, it's going to be episode. This is 2. That means it's that person only. Now, if I allow people to come on, the person has to agree for people to come on. Otherwise, it's a conversation. But if it says the live smoke show or something, that means anything goes. Anybody can come on, but they got to still keep respectful. I'm just not trying to drama no more. Now that I'm trying.
I agree. I didn't know that that's what that platform was until you texted me though. So I didn't even know. But you know how you had me and B Vance do it before. If you need me like that, I'm cool with that because you know I'm about to be back to my show too, and that's I'm gonna give this thing another chance and keep going. I mean, because I'm still doing numbers. You know, for people to know, I'm international, baby. Literally international on the microphone. So my streaming does well, but I do want to grow my YouTube because YouTube is a good tool to have too. And I hadn't really focused on it so long because my other platforms does well. But you're right, I do need to work on. I got some things I got to work on with this YouTube.
Yep, you'll get it. And just remember, I'm here. But like you already know, like just this goes for everybody. I don't reach out to people only because my personality. You know, I don't text. It's hard for me to like reach out to people. So if I don't reach out to you, just know it don't mean I don't want to rock with you. It's just, you know,
I'm the same way. I'm y'all be surprised, but I really don't like talking to people. I really don't. I talk a lot because I do well on platforms like this, but in person, you're not gonna get this.
People would be taking the wrong way, be thinking I'd be you know, just ignoring them, whatever. It's just I don't be talking. But with that said, guys, I think we got a lot out today, and like I said, I get heated because I don't like when people say things, no offense, but say things and I don't get to get my point across. I like the context. Right. It makes me angry, but I have no ill will towards Laura. Got love for her. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, he cusses me out often, guys, just so y'all know. He tells me
really.
about not like that. He's literally the only person in my life, male wise, who just be telling me how it is. The one thing I can expect for Dennis is to keep it 100 with me, and that's why I respect our friendship. I don't need yes men around me.
Yep, with no ulterior motive.
Love you, brother. I'm gonna let you go. You guys all have a beautiful and wonderful night. Stay positive, love each other, and thank you guys for allowing me to voice my voice. Bye, guys.
Definitely appreciate you. Yep, talk to you soon.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So guys, I'm gonna end this live. She got all the love from you guys. Look, I'm telling you this right now, okay? I get it. A lot of y'all are mad at Christina, but I'm telling you this right now, it's not going to change anything because this channel, I'm trying to grow it bigger than where it's at right now. And I'm sorry, but most of those people that were on earlier came to hear what Eli had to say. And I'm pretty sure Eli is not going to pay for live stream bots because, that was a whole hour and a half, almost 2 hours of inflated numbers, which would have been costly. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to do that for free. So I think that, whatever Christina did worked because we had a lot of people on here that were enjoying Christina's time. I'm sorry. They were literally enjoying Christina's time. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to want more Christina because when I got to that big number, guess what? Majority of the chat was all on Christina's side. So right now I'm at 31 people. And of course, we're back to the same bashing me and Christina all day. So what am I going to do? Am I going to go with when I'm at 40 people watching, allow the 40 people to be in the chat, just going in, crying and complaining and whining about everything? Or am I going to keep it where I was winning at, which was at 200-300 people and bring on like Eli props. He brought numbers, but make it more about conversations and more about, positivity and love, because that's all it was until, they both went back and forth with each other and tried to destroy each other. I think I'm going to keep it within the conversation and love. But look, I got to go to bed. Time for me to go to bed. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Christina is not going anywhere. She's going to be here. This sponsor, a lot of y'all might, try to hate like always, but I'm sorry. I mean, they're going to pay. So I have to look pretty today. So that way we can, we can get the show rolling. The bank. And Christina made me some money today. I'm sorry. Christina made me some money. Let's give Christina a round of applause. She showed her value. I mean, she just brought the money, like big bag of money. Like I wasn't expecting all this money. Like I'm sorry. There hasn't been nobody that came on my channel that brought this kind of money. So thank you, Christina. Appreciate you. But that's all I got to say. So oh yeah, thanks, Coach Eli. He brought the money too. I gotta give Eli some credit too. Appreciate you, Eli, too. We're gonna run to the bank. We're gonna see how much we're running up today. And we made the arrangement. It's gonna be 50-50 split. So she's get 50, I get 50. She'll get paid on 21st when the checks come out, and then she's gonna be ecstatic. Made it good. I'm pretty sure after YouTube fees, I think it's like maybe 200 each. Actually, not that much. It's probably like more like 150, 160 each. But if she was greedy, she would have said she wanted the whole thing, and that's the type of person you don't want to rock with. But of course, knowing Christina, she said whatever you want. And I'm like, of course, it's gonna be 50-50. Only because the people that were donating, once again, were insistent on we share 50-50. Otherwise, they would just give her the whole thing. But that ain't a good business move. That's kind of stupid. So with that said, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow morning or afternoon, noon. I'll be on live. I'm gonna try to do a couple pre-recorded videos about some topics too prior to that. But with that said, appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.